electronic devices and raid his home as part of an ongoing federal probe.
Fox is told this is in relation to the sexual misconduct allegations against the Democrat, noting he was not detained or placed under arrest.
Fox's Kristen Goodwin.
Sources tell Fox News the FBI seized Swalwell's electronics at his Washington, D.C. home Sunday while no one was home, and seized electronics from Swalwell at San Francisco International Airport a day prior. Swalwell resigned from Congress and dropped out of the race for California governor in April after several women accused him of misconduct. The former lawmaker apologized for mistakes in judgment, but has called assault allegations false, vowing to fight them.
Officials in New York and Los Angeles are investigating the sexual assault allegations. The FBI arrested a New York woman on charges of plotting to bomb the state capitol in Albany and kill lawmakers. Officials say that 35-year-old Jessica Bowie monitored the building, bought bomb-making materials, and pledged allegiance to ISIS. She allegedly planned to disguise the bomb as a DoorDash bag and strike while senators were meeting. A sell-off on Wall Street fueled by rising Treasury yields, oil prices, and Walmart, which reported the slowest U.S. sales growth since 2020. The Dow is down more than 660 points. And crude prices are also rising after President Trump threatened to crush Iran economically.
Overnight, President Trump announced economic D-Day against Iran as he calls on other countries around the world to support the United States.
Fox's Trey Yingst in Tel Aviv.
The president indicated that if any country provides a financial lifeline to the Iranians, they'll face their own economic consequences.
And U.S. crude is up more than 2.5% at $86.80 a barrel. America's listening to Fox News.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/term. That's ethos.com/term. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Life moves fast, and it's easy to feel spiritually drained. That's why InTouch.org is here to help you stay grounded in God's Word every day. At InTouch.org, you'll find biblical teaching from Dr. Charles Stanley, daily devotionals, free resources, and messages that speak directly to what you're facing. Whether you need encouragement, clarity, or a moment to reconnect with God, it's all right at your fingertips. Discover a place to grow your faith and find real hope at InTouch.org.
Look out. It's only me. It's only the Kimmer. How's it going? With Pete Davis in the mountain. Oh, I can't tell where he's hiding out in someone's hallway with like a shrine in the background or something. And Flounder's here. And wow, it's what a start. I can't tell where you're like in some kind of a gothic. I don't know. Is that a church pew in the background? What'd I do? I didn't do anything. Wasn't even there that week.
You and I'm mad at Flounder.
Well, get it off your chest then, mister. What?
I'm mad at everybody.
Well, God. Well, what now?
Why didn't you or anybody tell me Chuck Norris had died?
I didn't know Chuck Norris died. Chuck Norris
died the day of my operation. So I was out of it for 10 days. No one talked about it, I guess,
forgot
after the first week.
I don't remember Chuck Norris dying. Flounder, do you remember Chuck Norris dying?
He didn't die. We all did.
Well, yeah, see, he refused to die. So he just made us die. So he's alive. But we're all dead.
Yes, I do remember him passing, but I didn't realize it was on the day that Pete had surgery.
Yeah, well, the dark...
So last night, okay, who died big time yesterday?
Well, Hayden Panettiere the other day. I don't know who died yesterday. I can't remember.
It was Frank Beard of ZZ Top.
Oh, Frank Beard, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, ZZ Top.
So I see a cartoon where he's being welcomed into heaven by, his Dusty Hill of ZZ Top, all these other great musicians, and these, Hulk Hogan.
Welcome
and
to
there's
heaven.
a guy who goes, looks like Chuck Norris. I go, why does this guy look like Chuck Norris? Chuck Norris isn't dead.
Oh.
But I look it up, and Chuck Norris is dead.
I totally forgot. And I'm sure we would have done all of our Chuck Norris things. Say, the dark is afraid of Chuck Norris. Stuff like that. Yeah.
About 3 weeks ago, we did Chuck Norris jokes.
Yeah. Well, I don't remember anything about it. I can't be held responsible for stuff that happened before. I'm good for about 6 hours. In the past,
that's a shock.
I'm good for about 6 hours of memory. I can go back and remember stuff happened about 6-8 hours ago, and that's it. I can't take responsibility for something that happened, like days ago. God, let alone weeks. Jeez.
Throw me a frickin' bone here.
Give me the whole thing here. Use the whole chicken.
Suspended animation.
I don't remember anything about that. That's the nice thing about being me is I don't know. It'll be fine. Anyway, Kira, Pete, and Flounder. Other than that, what's new up there in the mountains of Macon?
It's actually hot today. It's actually.
Yeah.
And the bear.
Steamy. Yeah,
the bear update.
Yeah. Oh, really? All right.
The neighbor says he went up the hill and went through their wooden garbage box and spread their garbage all over their driveway.
Oh boy, I'll bet he did. Yeah, I frankly, every time, even again in the Boy Scouts, the scoutmaster on meetings would take us to watch the bears going through the dump, the local dump, and I think and they were so cool. I mean, I used to love to watch the bears, and they didn't know. I mean, they just looking for food. They pawing through stuff and try to get food, and you kind of feel sorry for them. How'd you like to have to go clawing your way through somebody's garbage to find something to eat? So I've always felt kind of sorry for modern day wild animals, trying to deal. Oh my God! Today, just till a few hours ago, on the way here, right near as I'm turning on to Windy Ridge Road. Is it Windy Ridge Road? Windy Ridge Road, between all those subdivisions and that area as you're going up toward where the ballpark is, like, a quarter of a mile from the ballpark, a freaking deer loped right in front of my car across the street. I couldn't believe it. There's nothing there but subdivisions. I mean, it was unbelievable. Windy Ridge Road. Between Terrell Mill and Powers Ferry, if you go to Powers Ferry and then take a right, if you're going south and you take a right on Windy Ridge going toward the ballpark, that's the area where the freaking deer was. I couldn't believe it. Just up there in one of those little subdivision cross streets. Parkland, something like one of those little I couldn't believe it. In the middle of the day. A female, a doe.
Well, you need more bears down there to take care of them.
Yeah, well, we ought to import some. I don't know. It's just a thought. Anyway, I couldn't. I really shocked me. I wish I'd had my my phone camera ready. I would have taken a picture. And she just kind of loping across the street, real nice, easy going, right in front of my car. Okie dokie. Anyway, Flounder's doing the phone. I was going to ask what's new with you, Mrs. Veronica Flower?
Same old.
Yeah,
Getting ready for the weekend.
All right, sir. And this will be good. A couple of things coming up next week, and we got news and stuff, and latest on little Johnny Pansy Pants here, our interim senator and stuff all coming up. In fact, I read a thing by Miranda Devine and asked Flounder to print it for me because I really like her, Miranda Devine. She used to be on Fox a lot, and she's still a columnist at New York Post. But anyway, talking about our interim senator, the crotch grabber, and his despicable character, really just a sleaze bag. But first of all, some happy news next week. Reminder to put yourself down on a calendar if you'd like to come visit us at the Shuckin' Shack next Wednesday. Next week, Wednesday, we'll be at the Shuckin' Shack in Cumming, which I believe is on Peachtree Parkway in Cumming. And it's kind of a mall. It's a big parking lot there. If you'd like to come, we're going to do the show live, 3 to 6, Shuckin' Shack. I know I'm going to make a bad mistake one of these days. Shuckin' Shack, next Wednesday, next week, this coming Wednesday, in Cumming. So we'll be there doing the show, so that'd be kind of fun if you want to join us. Our number is 404-741-1230, 741-1230, and this is a National Radio Day. Wasn't funny? I don't care. It doesn't mean anything to me. And there, I have a history thing about it, which I'll talk, but it's worth, mentioning. But frankly, it's really funny. It's just not the same. It's just not. I love what I do, and I'll be on. I love what I'm doing, but it's really what a difference in this business, and it's because of all the technology and social media, streaming, YouTube, and the phones, social media, and TikTok, and all that kind of stuff. Everything's changed. The whole world's changed. In fact, and that's one of the reasons why. In fact, I'm going to talk about this again, about the business of family and homes. And why a very large percentage of young women in America today hate men. Hate men. And it's a real bad sign. Anyway, we'll get to that stuff. So anyway, Shuck and Shack on Wednesday. And, God, what else was I going to say?
Darn it. The Oreos? Was it the Halloween Oreos that are already out?
Oh, Halloween? That can't be right. Oh, my God. Oh, that's right. I did see a picture of those. Yeah, that's wrong. The pumpkin flavored, if they bring out the pumpkin flavored lattes everywhere, I swear to take a hostage.
You can now get pumpkin spice dude wipes.
Oh, dear God. It's like, so, when someone needs to smell you, I guess, I don't know. Lord.
Well, the boys in the locker room will love that.
Now, are dude wipes those wet ones, what they're making a big thing now?
Yeah.
Oh, God. Geez, wow. Anyway, sorry, ladies. National Radio Day. Although, 61 years ago, my first job in radio, and it just was totally by accident. Now, I can't see the picture there. What is that?
Dude wipes with pumpkin spice.
Oh, God. What's wrong with this? Well, that's what's wrong with us. That's why women hate men.
It's also... It has clove, nutmeg, and other fall smells.
I will tell you this. I was actually doing a podcast earlier on a Home Fix-It show, the All Four Seasons show, and the person we had on there does septic tanks.
Uh-huh.
And one thing that is a hot item right now that everyone's putting in toilet is the dude wipes. You do not put those in the toilet.
Yeah.
It backs them up. It backs your septic tank up. It backs everything up, and it's a very, very, very expensive.
And then you got to come and dig it up, and it's a mess to do. In fact, I remember as a kid when my dad basically, as a little boy, this had to be like 1950, actually helped to build half of our house we moved into, because he, as it turned out, and including we had a septic tank, and I remember him putting it in the side yard back there, and all the stuff entailed. And did he mention how many? What's the percentage of homes that have septic tanks these days?
I'm not sure.
I wonder whether it's got to be way less than it used to be because of sewer system.
Right. But the funny thing is, a lot of when me and Veronica were looking at homes, that's one thing we wanted to try and avoid.
Yeah.
And there were 3 houses that we loved that had septic tanks. Because you have to get them every couple years. You have to have it emptied and serviced and all that stuff. And
I didn't know
part of a line.
But who's not involved? Hooked up to a sewer system? I didn't know.
A lot of people on lakes.
Yeah, well, I guess that's true. You're not. You have a. If you're out in the mountains.
Because if you're more remote and you're out kind of in the more middle of nowhere,
Yeah. Well, I'm glad that obviously he's working. He's got a job and he's doing stuff. So that's that's good.
Hey, I'm not in the middle of nowhere, but I can see it from here. Right over there.
Oh, there it is. Nowhere's right over in that other area.
You can actually see your septic tank?
No, you can see the nowhere.
No, I can see the middle of nowhere.
I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah, it took a minute. I just,
Went around the room.
Yeah, oh my God. Oh, mercy. Anyway, Kimber, I'm going to start with a story that's driving me nuts. And I'm guessing what it's all about, but nobody will tell me. And I even asked Grok, and she doesn't know yet either. Coming up next, Kimber, Pete, and Flounder, 404-741-1230. If you'd like to join us, and why not? It's Thursday and everything.
Fighting the communists with truth every day on the only conservative news and talk station in Atlanta. Extra 106.3 FM and the Extra app.
Like I've said this before, transgender kids.
Keeping your stuff safe. I learned the hard way when I lost my medical records down in Florida because I didn't have my Atlanta safe house safe when I retired down in Florida. Well, I learned that lesson the hard way. Before I left, though, my house, I had, they actually had a gun safe, a couple of them, and they can board them and lock them from inside into the concrete floor of your basement or garage or someplace. Atlanta Safe House, they have 500 of them at their new location, Union Hill Road in Alpharetta. And with that many safes, and the top brands, more Browning and Fort Knox than anybody. And with that many safes and that many of the top brands, they have sales and rebates and specials. They're known for their rebates. You're going to save a bundle of money. These things are forever. And little safes, little pistol safes, or safes for long bows and arrows and guns and jewelry drawers. And they can build you a vault door. And nobody's getting your master reset code either. The people are very, very strong about protecting your rights as well as protecting your stuff. And if you want your family and loved ones and whoever to know where to find your living will or your medical records or your financial stuff, if there's any money left when I go, the kids will know where to look for it. And you can too with AtlantaSafehouse.com.
Braves fans, mark your calendars as the Dodgers and Rockies come to town August 25th through the 30th. Fans can look forward to the Harry Potter and HBCU specialty ticket packages during the week. Both include a game ticket and a specialty bobblehead.
And that's crushed to deep right. Knocked out by Olsen.
Then make sure to arrive early on Saturday for Hunting and Fishing Night, presented by the Georgia Department of Natural Resources and Realtree. Enjoy a variety of interactive exhibits, including live reptiles, a massive aquarium display, inflatable archery, hunting license sales, and more fun for the whole family. Plus, the first 15,000 fans will receive a Chipper Jones Realtree APX Camo replica jersey. The week wraps up on Sunday as the first 3,000 kids through the gates will score the Kids City Connect Sliding Mick giveaway. Visit Braves.com/promos to check out the fun and purchase your tickets. Atlanta Braves baseball. We are Braves country.
America, Shuck, yeah. Shuck and Shack Oyster Bar is celebrating the red, white, and blues all summer long with our America 250 summer menu. We're talking Cyclone char-grilled oysters, Route 66 smash burgers, crab meat boardwalk fries, and USA-inspired cocktails. Raise a glass and cheers to 250 years of the US of A at Shuck and Shack Oyster Bar. Locally owned in downtown Alpharetta and Cumming, across from the Collection. Find your location and details at theshuckandshack.com.
Hey, what's up? It's Drake Baldwin here to talk about my personal Rookie of the Year, Superior Plumbing. They say you can't be Rookie of the Year more than once, but Superior has been proving themselves for over 40 years as the GOAT of plumbing. Whenever I need a leak repaired, toilet replaced, or water heater, I call Superior Plumbing, and you should too. They handle each job with care and honesty. For Superior, there's no job too small.
For Superior, the honest one, call 770-422 Plum.
Stovall & Company is a locally owned and operated family business that has been around for 75 years, offering quality wholesale landscape supplies to North Georgia. We just opened our 11th location in Canton, Georgia at 9500 Union Hill. Stovall provides contractors with personalized expert service from special requests to direct job site delivery for hassle-free jobs and quality relationships at competitive prices. From plants to irrigation to hardscapes, Stovall truly has it all. Check us out at StovallInc.com.
Toyota's national sales event is happening now through August 31st at Marietta Toyota. Commuting every day? Well, the 2026 Toyota Camry is now all hybrid with up to, get this, 53 miles per gallon city driving, an easy way to cut fuel stops without giving up comfort. And right now, Camry is the smart move for drivers who want Toyota reliability, everyday comfort, and better fuel efficiency for the road ahead. Every new Toyota includes our nationwide lifetime powertrain warranty, limited time, and unlimited mileage for as long as you own it. We're voted Best of Cobb for 2026, Best New Car Dealership, Best Service Center. For well-qualified buyers, special financing is available on the new 2026 Camry Hybrid as low as 4.99% APR, 48 months, now through August 31st. Visit us on Cobb Parkway South, just north of Truist Stadium, Marietta Toyota. Since 1975, we've been here and we'll be here for you.
4.99% APR for 48 months with approved credit through SCTF. Not all buyers qualify. Offer ends 8/31/26. See dealer for details. All prices exclude tax, tag, and title and include $699 dock fee and $257 electronic tag fee.
Hey, I'm Tom.
And I'm Jerry.
And we are Tom and Jerry's Roofing. Yes, that's our real names.
And together, we have 70 years in the roofing industry. But taking care of you and your home is our priority and our passion.
But our other passion is taking care of veterans, and that's why every roof we do gives back to the vets.
That's right, Tom. First, we take care of your roof, and then we take care of the brave men and women who protect us.
So if you have roofing issues, from repairs to replacement, call Tom and Jerry's Roofing and help us give back to America's heroes.
Find us at tomandjerrysroofing.com.
That's tomandjerrysroofing.com.
Here we go now. It's only me, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, 106.3. We'll talk Braves, and then a make-up game thing, and then back in town. All right, this is Mastodon. And kind of a very sad day for their, well, best-known lead guitarist named Brent Hines. 1 year ago today, musician Brent Hines was driving his he's driving his motorcycle here in Atlanta, going about twice the speed limit, nearly 70, and a BMW hit him. He was killed, best known as a lead guitarist for the heavy metal band Mastodon. That was last year on this day. 2014, their album peaked at number 6 on Billboard and had a Grammy-nominated song called High Road. And Brent Hines killed in a motorcycle wreck on this day 1 year ago today. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. Let's see, our birthday. We'll do some musical birthday list people here there today. Rudy Gatlin, 74 years old. Rudy Gatlin from the famous Rudy Brothers. You're probably well known of them. Okay, the Gatlin Brothers. It could be either way there. And I mentioned this is National Radio Day, and this is one of the reasons why. It was on this day in 1920. The first commercial radio station begins operating. The first commercial radio station. WWJ of Detroit. Again, that was back when there were only 3 call letters. When they eventually ran out of letters, they had to start using 4. That's what happened. And again, west of the Mississippi, the call letters begin with K. And east of the Mississippi, they begin with W, with one exception, which is KDKA Pittsburgh, which was back before they changed that rule. Anyway, on this day, WWJ of Detroit operates mostly between 7 and 8 o'clock at night. First commercial radio station broadcasting mostly phonograph records and news announcements and some sports results. And in fact, as I recall, the first use of most radios when they first were developed was actually as an advertising and sales device for department stores.
Yeah, Montgomery Ward.
Yeah. And they would actually tell you what's on sale or where to go, what departments are, and they would actually kind of guide shoppers as much as anything. And then, of course, and they said Marconi's still kind of credited as there were some guys who found radio waves earlier, but Marconi basically is the guy who developed the modern radio wave system. Anyway, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, 404-741-1230, 741-1230. And let's see. Food credit on this just happened a minute ago. I'm such a freaking idiot. I got a couple of calls today with an area code that I didn't, a 404 area code, but the prefix I didn't recognize, so I didn't answer. And then this afternoon, it was 5 minutes before 3 this afternoon. Sitting here getting ready to go on, and the phone rang, and it looked like it might be one of my new doctor's numbers, because I got a couple of doctors who were calling me, and so I thought, God, well, maybe this is a doctor thing. I better take it. So I answered the phone, and it was a girl, and she said, hi, it sounded like a live call. It didn't sound like a tape, but I've been to find out. She said, hi, I have an update. There's a food credit waiting for you on your Medicare account, and all I need is a quick update to find and that's when I, said something really bad and hung up. But again, that was a phone call. It wasn't an email or a text or something else. And so, and obviously it had to be fake, right? And I mean, I don't know anything about a food credit. What food credit? What are they? I don't know. I hate these things because I don't know whether I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know. I hate it. I don't know whether I'm about to get screwed or, I should never answer my phone. I don't answer my phone.
Okay. You act like that these con jobs have been around for like 2 years. They've been around since the beginning of mankind.
Well, all of a
used
sudden,
to come to your house. He used to walk up to you.
Several times a day. This never happened to me before. I'm telling you.
Chain letters.
New.
We used to get chain letters. It's just a new way of conning people.
Yeah, well, I don't like it, I tell you. Anyway, all right. Now,
don't trust
this story's been bothering me all morning since I found it actually early this morning. Winchester, Tennessee. There was a football game between South Middle School, and Cornersville Middle School. Played at a high school, but it was 2 middle schools playing football. That's where they play. The South plays their home games. As the South Middle School scored a touchdown and extra point, 8 o'clock at night, there was a fight between 2 players at the end of the game. The referees throwing flags for the scuffle in the end zone. The players start to walk back toward their huddles. And that's when a 16-year-old girl, and there's video of this. In fact, you really ought to look for it. Video of the 16-year-old girl in Winchester, Tennessee, is in the crowd with her parents watching the game. She jumps over a fence, runs onto the field, and tackles one of the middle school players involved in the scuffle. Not only that, as the kid gets up, she knocks him down again and then stands over staring at him. My God. Seriously, the 16-year-old is a student at the county schools. She hit the player a second time and stood over him while the coaches were trying to break up the fight. She walked slowly off the field, but they caught her and have charged her with crimes. They let her go home to her parents after they interrogated her. She's been charged with assault and disorderly conduct and banned for a year from going back to that particular school, and she's banned for lifetime from all district properties. A lifetime trespass ban from all district properties in Franklin County, Tennessee. And they banned her from all Cornersville Middle School athletic events for a year. And all I can think of, and I keep saying, I've asked 45 different sources, what's the motive? There must, obviously, that was her boyfriend. I assume, she's 16, it was all the middle schoolers, maybe her little brother. But clearly she was upset by somebody getting the worst of the fight, and so she went and got attacked the other guy twice. Tackled him, knocked him down, stared over him. And I'm thinking, holy cow, how could the story of the motive not be clear?
I know. They got to tell the motive. That's who, what, when, where,
That's
why.
all you want to know.
Why?
Why did she do it? Obviously, if it wasn't a love thing or, boyfriend, girlfriend, but the middle school is only 7th, 8th, and 9th grade, right? So that's, that's 14, 15. Well, that could be. Well, that's 14, 15 years old, 13, 14,
Could
15.
Could be 6, 7, 8. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I didn't go to middle school. I went straight from 7th to high school.
Well, see, now in my day, our junior high was 7th, 8th, and 9th. And then high school was 10th, 11th, and 12th.
We didn't have junior high.
Yeah. Anyway, but I got to know what happened. I mean, obviously, and they let her go home with her parents, but she's been... And again, I mean, my God, that's the only thing to find out about this story. It's killing me.
And if you don't know, you speculate.
Yeah. But obviously, she didn't just say, I think I'll go beat up that kid who's in a football, uniform with shoulder pads and a helmet, and she tackled the crap out of him, and then she even fell when she knocked him down, and she pushed him down again, and they stood over looking at me. My God.
Well, that her last words before she ran on the field was, that's not how you tackle.
Yeah, let me show you how to do it one more time. I mean, my God. Anyway, I'm going to keep looking. I don't have time during the show, obviously, but at some point, I'd love to find out what the hell that was all about. At some point, somebody's going to know. I grokked it. I Googled it. I've looked every possible source just because it's driving me freaking crazy. Anyway, also, Eric Swalwell. Oh, you know what? Have you heard the story at 3 o'clock? This is really weird. Eric Swalwell was confronted at San Francisco International Airport. FBI agents seized his electronics. They, whatever that means, his phone and if he had laptop or whatever stuff on him at the airport. Now, agents also, it says here, executed additional warrants at Swalwell's Washington, D.C. home where they seized other potential evidence. Swalwell was said to be cooperative at the airport, and he's facing allegations of sexual misconduct, rape, taking sexual advantage of women who got him drunk, stuff like that, sending women pictures of his farkalooks, and they had to resign. He was probably going to be governor of California, and then he got caught all this stuff, and even his age came out against him, and so, that. But I heard the Fox News girl say on the news at 3 o'clock, she said agents went to his home with a search warrant and confiscated electronic evidence, so forth, and nobody was home at the time. So does that mean they broke down the door? And how could you not say, what does that mean? I mean, if the story was that FBI agents kicked in the door of Eric Swalwell's house, that's the freaking lead. I mean, if I'm writing a story and if they kicked down his door when nobody was home and ransacked through his house looking for stuff, that's a pretty interesting little detail to leave out. Now, maybe I don't know whether he lives in a condo and there's a manager that let him in. I don't know, but you should say that. You can't just say nobody was home at the time, but they searched the place and took up all his stuff. Anyway, I'm lamenting my old days of actually being a reporter. I haven't been a reporter, literal reporter in a long time. But still, I mean, how could you, two things like that right in a row and thinking, oh, but now wait a minute. Anyway, I'm trying. I wish I knew more. I don't know what to do with it.
You know why there isn't, and you see this all the time on these badly written ESPN stories that they don't tell you half the information. There are no editors anymore. They fired everybody. So basically, they put it in there. Maybe some kid looks it over, before he throws it back in there. I mean, there's hardly an editor just sits down and just goes, no, this isn't right. Do this over.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, you know, I think what the other thing is too. Honestly, I believe because of our, the day of swiping and cell phones and so forth and social media, people are looking at headlines and social media and seeing a few facts, and that's their story. That's all they're looking for. Nobody goes in to actually try to find the meat of the story. They're just looking at things that are right there, and then they're done.
And when I say badly written, they're redundant. They keep repeating the same things over, especially ESPN and the stories. They'll use the word that. There's no reason to use that word that most of the time. Yeah. It's constant repetition, which makes the stories even longer for no reason.
I know. It's really,
and they're always in the passive tense. It should always be written in the active sense because you feel like you're doing something. It's always has, did, and was, and
you learn. If you ever take, the story is police are investigating something happened last night. You don't say last night police found something happened. No. You say police are investigating what happened last night. I mean, there's just style.
Active sense of it. Yeah. You don't say police investigated.
Yeah.
They say are investigating like it's happening.
Yeah. Results are coming in for whatever way it's just a little nitpicker here. I used to be a teacher as I cut myself off there. Oh my God, can you hear me now? Oh, this thing's loose. That's what it is.
Yeah, it's loose.
My little what do you call this headphone thing there? Anyway, Kim, Pete, and Flounder, how you doing? Thursday, join us if you feel like it. It's 106.3 and everything, so I don't know.
Some things don't go out of style. Faith, family, and plain old common sense. And Extra 106.3 still believes in that. Listen live or stream us anywhere on the Extra 106.3 app.
We're smart, we care. We're Central Heating and Air.
With all the rain we've had lately, excess moisture can build up in your home, leaving it feeling sticky and muggy, even when your air conditioner's running. That's why Central Heating and Air Conditioning recommends Whole House Dehumidifier. It works with your HVAC system to remove excess moisture throughout your home, helping improve comfort, reduce musty odors, and create a healthier indoor environment. And if it's time for a new system, now's a great time to upgrade. Qualified homeowners can receive up to $2,700 in carrier rebates and up to 60 months of 0% financing with approved credit. Since 1947, Georgia families have trusted Central Heating and Air Conditioning for dependable comfort. Call 770-GET-HEAT. That's 770-GET-HEAT. Or go to centralheat.com. Turn to your Atlanta carrier experts at Central Heating and Air Conditioning, delivering carrier comfort for the world we share.
We're smart, we care. We're Central Heating and Air.
Your yard. It stresses you out between the watering, the seeding, the weeding, and mowing. And no matter what you do, you're never satisfied. Have you thought about artificial turf? It's low maintenance, it's pet friendly, and it looks amazing all year round. Those in the know use ATL Turf Go. ATL Turf Go is Atlanta's top choice for artificial grass installation. Let them build you a backyard of your dreams with a custom golf or putting green, outdoor kitchen or pool deck. They even specialize in custom concrete and stonework. They handle everything from design and grading to construction and drainage solutions. So whether it's residential lawns or recreational sports fields, ATL Turf Go can build you a stress-free space you'll love. So say goodbye to mowing, maintenance, and your wasted weekends. Learn more and schedule your free in-home consultation today. Call ATL Turf Go, 678-403-2339. That's 678-403-2339. Or visit atlturfco.com.
Hey, it's Front Office Los with Tom, the honest car guy. Let's talk about the new way to buy a car in 2026. Tell me how you can save clients thousands of dollars in this process.
I got a customer here, Jeff Everhart. I met him today first time because I delivered his 25 model Honda Pilot, fully loaded with only 16,000 miles on it. Jeff, answer Los's question about that one.
It was actually shocking. I mean, you hear the advertisements, you want to believe it, and then when you go through with the sale, and there's no extras, there's no dock fees, there's no storage fees, no transportation fees. The price I was given was the price that I paid plus their honest fee. I did save thousands of dollars, and it was a very quick sale.
Well, we appreciate that.
And did it from my living room.
Did it from your living room.
Friends, if you're in the market for a pre-owned car, truck, or SUV, get an honest car buy from the honest car guy. You pay what we pay. plus an honest fee, and we back that up by giving you the bill of sale. That's our transparency guarantee. Call 844-SHOW-ME-1. That's 844-SHOW-ME-1, or visit honestcarguy.com.
Here's the tale of the daily med fill. Same old pharmacy, same old bill, but those prices kept rising higher still.
Till the savings wrangler rode in, cool as can be. Tap Good RX, saving massively.
No plan? Don't matter none. Up to 80% off. The deals are done.
Discounts hitting harder than Ma's chili. Dang, that one little app does all the rest.
Save time and money on prescriptions.
Check Good RX. Good RX is not insurance.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You need someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now you can meet them fast on ZipRecruiter.
Build your team, build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
Who's that guy kissing that girl on the screen here at Coldplay concert? I still think, every time I see Coldplay in the summer, I think about that couple. What a bunch of goofballs. Yeah, cheaters. 2024, 2 days ago, 2 years ago. Man, I'm really losing it. I don't know what's going on with me. Coldplay's current and ongoing Music of the Spheres World Tour 2 years ago had already been named the biggest rock tour of all time. Coldplay. Box Score says Coldplay's mammoth jaunt, the Spheres World Tour, had grossed just under $1 billion and sold more than almost 9 million tickets during the 2-year tour. It made it both the highest grossing and the best-selling trek since particular records began. And it's unlikely any Box Score tours come close. They still had a number of shows to go in Australia and New Zealand, ending their lead, extending it even more. But again, almost $1 billion for Coldplay around. Man, good for them. Anyway, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, how's it going? Let's do a little birthday list here. Let's get a little birthday list. How about Demi Lovato? We're doing musical there. Demi Lovato's 34 today. It says here, I don't know these songs. It says here her biggest songs are Sorry Not Sorry and This Is Me. But the one I like, and I think I might have it on my music stick, I'm not sure, is Give Your Heart a Break. I think that's a nice rhythm to it, nice beat. So Demi Lovato, 34 years old today, and on this day in history,
is she the one that was a good-looking girl, then went non-binary?
She went, and then she decided, and then she went back. I think,
back. I believe
she's struggling. I would say that she's struggling with her identity, and she's a cutie, and but I don't know. I don't think she's gone the full that girl from. The movie where she became a boy, became a gladiator star there. Ellen Page. Anyway, Demi Lovato, 34. On this day in history, 1977, the United States launched Voyager 2, an unmanned spacecraft carrying a 12-inch gold-plated phonograph record. 1977, they launched it. Scientists hoped that aliens would find and play this gold-plated record to learn about Earth. They shot it up into space. The record has greetings in 55 languages, nature sounds on the recording, and samples of music, including Mozart, Beethoven, and Chuck Berry's Johnny B. Good. Voyager 7. I should have looked this up. I didn't know that was on the other history list. I wonder if anybody's ever reacted to it or sent back anything or, sounds, waves or anything as a reply. I wonder. Maybe, what a wonderful thing this is, wondering about space and the universe and creation and expansion. If the universe is expanding, geez.
I watched something last night. It went on for far too long about the 10 most fearful things physicists have found out in the last 100 years.
Yeah.
And one of them is the universe didn't start in a Big Bang. The universe was just one big mess, a potpourri of stuff until someone looked at it.
Oh, boy.
It has to, it literally, at subatomic levels, particles will only stop where you can measure it if you look at it. If you're not looking at it, it's just they're everywhere. Everything is everywhere, and it only has a position and becomes something if you look at it.
Well, I just, man. God, man, just,
It'll freak you out. I should send it to you. It's about 30 minutes long, and it will freak you out. And they actually think it's real. Most of the physicists now think the multiverse is real. That every single thing you do starts another universe because you could have come to another conclusion.
Yeah,
you went a certain path, so you started another one that you'll never be part of again.
Who's to say? And again, I really wonder whether there's a way for AI to get to the answer. Do you think that the creator would allow that? Would that be even possible to get to the answer?
Well, a lot of the things you go and you get to the bottom of it, and it's basically the physicists are saying there was some kind of design. Mathematically, there's no way we should exist.
Yeah.
There's no way that carbon should exist. There's no way, which is the basis of life.
Yeah.
And there was another one that says, basically, if we're a simulation, remember that was a big thing last year, that we're all one big simulation?
Yeah.
Like the Matrix?
Yeah.
We'll never know because even the machines that would tell you if it's a simulation are in the simulation.
Matrix. Yeah, they're in the Matrix.
And part of it,
yeah.
So you can't tell if it's. You can't look at it from outside.
Hal.
Open the pod bay doors, Hal.
I'm afraid I can't do
Dave.
that.
I can't do that, Dave.
I mean,
it's coming.
I mean, seriously, seriously, there is. Well, see, our brains can't work. There must be an answer to a beginning. How could there not be a beginning of something? You know what I mean?
That's the thing. We don't comprehend. Our brains cannot comprehend time in that way.
So,
and time is nothing. I mean, I don't think time works linear. It's just because we think it does.
Yeah. Well, again, that's why I'm wondering whether AI would be able to try to somehow extrapolate all the knowledge of the world, but all the knowledge of the world of anybody on the world, other than speculating, there's no facts to it. So,
the quantum computers they got now, which they still don't know how they work.
Yeah, don't know how they work.
Could maybe do it.
Yeah. Well, good Lord. Anyway, Kevin, Pete, and Flounder, how's it going? 404-741-1230. And by the way, again, I do not have a problem talking about things like this and with an issue of God. I mean, I don't think that's blasphemous to talk about multi-universes and things. I mean, we're still, if you believe in the faith and create stuff like that, then to me it doesn't make it any less important of a thing.
One more to blow your mind.
Yeah.
You think you're 3D?
Just 3 parts. I could see myself and wander. Yeah.
Well, guess what? They did the math.
Yeah.
And if we're 2D and we're just being projected onto something where we think we're like a hologram.
Yeah.
It looks 3D, but it's just being projected on a 2D.
Yeah.
That could be us. We're just projected on something that's 2D, and we think we're 3D, but we're really not. We just appear to be. The math works in both universes, 3D and 2D. That could happen. The same math. It's the exact same math.
Well, but who protects you? I mean,
that's a good question.
Yeah. And by the way, I think everything is math. The way the planets go around each other and gravitational thing, everything is math. Everything is tides. I mean, the ocean tide. Everything is math. Is some kind of a statistical mathematical formula.
Everything. Yeah. And they say the black holes don't absorb information. The information hangs around at the outside of it. The math is on the ring around it, and that things can disappear in the middle.
Oh, mercy!
I'll do it. There's a funny a comedy bit that Pete Holmes does. He talks about, you think you're on Earth? Zoom out. I'll play it here coming up. It's pretty funny.
Okay. Oh, good. We'll do it for Flounders Funny.
Yeah.
You want to do it?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll do that. Cool. In the meantime, I love Miranda Devine. I think she's a terrific lady. She used to be a lot on Fox. She still may be. I don't know. I don't see her very much anymore. But she's still a columnist, New York Post. And she, among others, is just about had it with our interim senator, little Johnny Nosepicker, because she is also complaining about his attack on Donald Trump and insinuating some kind of an adulterous relationship with a woman named Natalie Harp, the woman who posts Donald Trump's social media missives. Miranda Devine notes Miss Harp, 35 years old, the last person who deserves shabby treatment like that. She had debilitating bone cancer in her 20s, trapped her in a wheelchair. She believes Donald Trump saved her life when he gave her patient access to experimental drugs. She regards Donald Trump as a father figure, and for her to be besieged by evildoers, she's a devout Christian who believes that Donald Trump combating the deranged radical left is God's work. Well, John Ossoff says she's wrong. The slumbag, she writes, non-entity who won a fluke runoff for Democrats in the wake of January 6th has lofty ambitions. His grandiose recitation of cookie-cutter anti-Trump talking points at a rally in Atlanta. The Senator Frog Breath had smuggled in a cheap shot at Harp using her first name to, pretend that like they're having some kind of an affair. And, of course, Miranda points out the media took the bait. CNN leaped on the smear like ravenous jackals, thrilled for the distraction from the Democrats' Chinese spy cancel, and we'll talk about Eric Swalwell and Bang Bang. Nobody believes there's anything in Ossoff's innuendo, and guess what? CNN went to interview her brother about the affair with Donald Trump. CNN tried to get her brother to scandalize his own freaking sister and Donald Trump. And her brother, Preston Harp, hates Donald Trump. But to his credit, he said there's no romantic relationship. The worst thing he could say about his sister was that their mother raised them to believe in the American exceptionalism. Trump is like everything that my mom taught us to respect, unquote, her brother. So it backfired on CNN trying to dig up some dirt on her. And by the way, their father killed himself 6 years ago. They dredged that up, too, the bottom feeders trolling for dirt. They aged from Donald Trump's first term like that former press deputy secretary, Sarah Matthews, who went on to support Carmela's side piece, using CNN to tarnish Harp in an effort to damage him. This girl Matthews said the Secret Service was alarmed by her closeness to the president. Well, she didn't know that. She wasn't there when the Harp started working for the president. I mean, these freaking bottom feeders, that's exactly what they are. Donald Trump surrounding himself with strong, competent women like Susie Wiles, for crying out loud. Does Ossoff think this is hardworking, single, professional woman can't succeed? And by the way, I know I'm a little late to the breaker, founder. I'll guarantee that Ossoff didn't even write those comments about calling Donald Trump a draft dodger, all stuff. I guarantee that was his woman. That was his press aide is Ellie Doherty. And we'll talk about her in a second.
Yeah, because if you look at the speech, he's reading off something, whether it's a teleprompter.
She wrote it. I wonder what they're doing together. What their close relationship, their tongues wagging to write this stuff. Maybe they wag together and touch you. Oh, my God. Johnny with having an affair with Ellie Doherty? Could that, oh, my God, man, that explains a lot. All right, we'll be there. Hold on now.
Need more than just headlines on your ride to work? It's the Morning Extra, live from 6 to 10 a.m. tomorrow morning, only on Extra 106.3 and the Extra app.
For the purpose of this commercial, we'll refer to erectile dysfunction as ED.
This is the story of Ed. No one likes Ed. Ed can be a real problem, a real downer. Ed can come between you and your partner. And if you let Ed go unchecked, Ed'll continue to destroy your hanky-panky plans. Ed has taken over your life. On date night, all you can think about is Ed. When you roll over in bed for the morning smooch, there's Ed. And when you're cooking a romantic dinner for your wife, there's Ed in an apron. So how do you get rid of Ed? Kick him to the curb with Total Body Therapy of Georgia. They're Ed experts. They understand what causes Ed to be Ed, and they know how to get Ed going in the right direction. He'll learn to stand on his own with proven all-natural therapies that don't require surgery or downtime. So if you've had enough of Ed, take matters into your own hands. Call Total Body Therapy of Georgia at 404-777-1911. Learn more online at tbtofga.com.
What a season. The boys are giving us plenty to celebrate, but if you've celebrated a little too hard after a win and ended up in jail, you need A Second Chance bail bonds. We handle bonds from the stadium to the city, and in most cases, we can have you or your loved one out in a matter of hours. A Second Chance. It's better to know us and not need us than need us and not know us. Call A Second Chance 24/7 at 404-BAIL-OUT. That's 404-BAIL-OUT. Or online at atlbail.com.
It's the hardest working part of your home, your garage door. When it fails, you need someone you can trust. Hi, I'm Dan Watkins, owner of All Four Seasons Garage, Entry Doors, and Windows. When the largest and most important opening of your home breaks, don't hire a schmo. Call the local name you know, All Four Seasons. Ask your neighbors. We offer upfront pricing, free estimates on all major brands, and 24/7 service. When trust matters, trust us. All the number 4 Seasons Garages.com.
There's never been a better time to fall in love with Subaru from Subaru of Gwinnett. Now through August 31st, get award-winning vehicles and exceptional offers from a brand you trust during the Subaru A Lot to Love event. Explore the full lineup of hybrid, electric, gas, and wilderness vehicles, including the trusted 2026 Subaru Forester and the all-new 2026 Subaru Outback. Every Subaru is made with love and built to last, with dependability and value coming standard. It's no surprise why Consumer Reports named Subaru the best overall automotive brand for 2 years in a row, based on reliability, safety, owner satisfaction, and road test evaluation. At Subaru of Gwinnett, there's a lot to discover and a lot to love. Get special low rates on select vehicles from August 1st through August 31st on Satellite Boulevard in Duluth, or start your shopping online at SubaruofGwinnett.com. Consumer Reports does not endorse products or services. Visit Subaru.com/CR to learn more.
When Keisha Lance Bottoms got elected, she said,
"We must be good stewards of your tax dollars."
Just 30 days later,
taxpayers covered the cost of a first-class ticket for Mayor Bottoms' husband to fly to the Super Bowl
on her taxpayer-funded credit card.
Atlanta taxpayers shelled out more than $2,600.
Worse,
more than $11,600 in luxury chauffeured car service in just her first 5 months in office.
And taxpayers covered this tab.
The State Ethics Commission has fined Keisha Lance Bottoms.
She accepted over $110,000 in contributions that exceeded legal limits,
violating campaign finance laws.
The commission's chairman declared
it's an egregious violation of the act.
And the verdict from a former prosecutor?
It smells bad. What don't you get about the rules and regulations? If Mayor Bottoms wants her legacy to be too greedy to care, they're off to a great start.
Keisha Lance Bottoms. She's out for herself, not Georgia.
Paid for by Jackson for Governor, Inc.
Here we go now, an old Kimmer favorite guy. Little Tom T. Hall. It's kind of a sad story. Tom T. Hall, country music singer, songwriter, short story author. Tom T. Hall took his life on this day 5 years ago. Tom T. Hall wrote 12 #1 hit songs and had 26 more reaching the top 10, including the #1 international pop crossover hit, Harper Valley PTA by Jeannie C. Riley. And I'm going to tell once again the Kimmer connection. When I came back from the Marines and overseas and reunited with my newlywed wife of a couple of weeks, I went to Arizona State University and I got a job at KHAT Radio, KHAT, Country Radio. I was the #1 afternoon disc jockey in country radio in Phoenix, Arizona, a couple of years there. Anyway, while I was going to school, working full time, and I was one of the 2 MCs of a concert that featured Bobby Bear, Jeannie C. Riley, and Tom T. Hall. And they were great. They were fun. It was exciting and stuff, and he was as nice as he could be. And I remember feeling pretty bad when, he was troubled, clearly. But he did, what was his thing of a watermelon wine, and his favorite things are little puppy dogs and kittens or something. Anyway, he's a very, very well-known kind of a storyteller kind of guy, Tom T. Hall. Our birthday list today includes Connie Chung. Oh, Krimmer, you too much. From the old days of goofing around. Connie Chung is 80 years old, married to Maury Povich. And I remember when every time she go on David Letterman, when he talked to her and then he signed her, I said, okay, say hi to Murray for me. She said, it's Maury. But Connie Chung is 80 years old. She was the second woman to become a co-anchor on network news, co-anchored on CBS. Connie Chung, 80 years old today. Kimber, Pete, and Flounder, let's see, on this day in history, you might not know the movie by the name The 300. Well, it was on this day in the year 480 BC. The famous battle the movie 300 was based on. King Leonidas of Sparta leads Greek armies numbering about 7,000 against Persian invasion by Xerxes with an estimated force of 70 to 300,000. Xerxes. Sparta leads Greek armies 7,000 against Xerxes with up to 300,000. The vastly outnumbered Greek forces blocked the only road by which the massive Persian army could pass. During the first 2 days of battle, the Greeks killed about 10,000 enemy troops. In the second day, a traitor named Ephialtes, I think it is, showed the Persians a path that led behind the Greek lines. After realizing he was being outflanked and doomed, Leonidas ordered the bulk of his army to retreat. He protected their retreat by remaining with a small contingent of his 300 Spartans, 700 Thespians, and 400 Thebans, who continued to block the path, fighting to their death, allowing the others to escape. All the Greek forces were killed, including Leonidas, except for the 400 Thebans, who surrendered to Xerxes without a fight. The Greeks would eventually defeat the Persian army. The story of the 300, Sparta. I don't know anything about Greek history or mythology or, we had to read Homer and, what's the...
Battle Marathon?
Yeah. I know. I think we had to do it in prep school, and I don't remember anything about it from 1962,
Naval Battle of Salamis? You didn't read about that?
No, I'm sure I did and don't remember anything about it. But
you should watch those movies.
Yeah.
Watch the 300 movies. You'll learn a little bit.
Yeah, that's true. That's absolutely true. Anyway, so little Johnny, a temporary senator, little Johnny Nosepicker, apparently, and I guarantee that girl's all behind it. Her name is Ellie Doherty. And she's a snotty little witch. She's made snotty comments before, and I'll guarantee you that she put the words in his mouth, probably along with her tongue. I wonder if they're getting together, talking about the wagging their tongues together. Maybe they accidentally touched by mistake, and then they just couldn't help themselves. I don't know. By the way, Johnny Ossoff is a Jew, and he's voted at least 4 times that I know of against aid to Israel.
Right.
Somebody should tell him that Israel has a lot of Jewish people in there. The country is well known for having a lot of people, of Jewish faith live in Israel. He maybe didn't realize it when he was voting against aid to Israel to live, survive. Sorry. Freaking losers. And now they're trying to groom him for president. That just makes me ill. I mean, honestly, God. And they're serious. They're not making it up. One more. Oh, my God. Hold on a second. We got a Flounders Funny here. And then our own Mayor Dinker is back sucking it up with badness again, too. Little Flounders Funny here.
Nothing makes sense. Life makes no sense. You're on a planet right now. You think you're in America? Zoom out.
The universe.
You're on a space rock floating in nothingness, infinite nothingness, and the infinite nothingness is expanding. That means endlessness is getting bigger. That makes no sense. We all just act like it's normal. Like, everything's made of molecules. Okay. Got it. I'll never think about that again. molecules, you're made of molecules, the air between us, it's all made of molecules. That makes no sense. These molecules know they're molecules. These molecules are like, I'm Pete. That doesn't make any sense. This stool is made of molecules, the same molecules in my hand. In fact, some of the molecules in this stool went into me while I've been talking, and some that were me have gone into this stool. And you know, when I knock these molecules into these molecules, when we ask science why don't they go through each other, you know what the answer is? We don't know. That doesn't make any
Mr. Pete Holmes right there.
He sounds like Bill Burr there at times, too. I think it's kind of his style, at least his style does. Anyway, Kimber, Pete, and Flounder, how's it going? Top of the hour means more news, and then we'll come back with the latest on this ridiculous mayor we got going for us. And Keisha Bong Bottoms of the news, too. Hey, look out. Here we go. Stand by. 106.3.
WFOM and W292EV Marietta, a Dickey Broadcasting Station. This hour is presented by Atlanta's Safe House.
Foiling a terror plot. I'm Carmen Roberts, Fox News. The FBI arrested a New York woman they say planned to bomb the state capitol in an ISIS-inspired terror attack.
Prosecutors identify her as Jessica Bowie, a 35-year-old Albany resident who converted to Islam. They say she started her plot last month and was taking steps to carry out the major attack. They say she wrote and met with confidential sources saying, I want to destroy as much of the building as possible and kill the senators while they are meeting. I want it to have an effect on the American system. On August 5th, prosecutors say that she bought items to build a bomb at Home Depot, and she planned to put the bomb in a DoorDash bag so it would explode in the Capitol.
Fox's Eric Shawn. About 300 Lindsay Clancy supporters many of them wearing pink, gathered this morning outside the courthouse in Massachusetts where she is on trial for killing her 3 children. Clancy's legal team claims she was in a state of postpartum psychosis. And these supporters explained why they showed up.
Because it's mental health. She wasn't in her right frame of mind.
Lindsay was severely struggling and she was severely failed.
The trial resumes tomorrow. As the Iran war nears the 6-month point, President Trump is threatening Iran with an economic D-Day. GOP Congressman Steve Scalise tells Fox News.
Their economy, their military has been decimated by President Trump's action. Their ability to get a nuclear weapon has been decimated. But now we're going to look at all those people that are doing business and feeding billions of dollars into Iran's economy and say, you got to stop doing it or it's going to affect your economy too.
Iran is brushing off the threat. And a 6.7 magnitude earthquake shook Peru's southern Andes Mountains this afternoon. No immediate reports of damage. Last week, more than 300 people died when a major quake devastated Colombia. America's listening to Fox News.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/term. That's ethos.com/term. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required. If you're looking for a place to grow spiritually in the middle of a busy life, intouch.org is designed for you. Explore practical, biblical teaching from Dr. Charles Stanley, daily devotionals, free study guides, and messages that speak to real-life challenges. Whether you're searching for direction, comfort, or a deeper understanding of God's Word, you'll find tools to help you take the next step. Discover resources that meet you right where you are at intouch.org.
Hello, I'm Johnny Cash. Well, he does it better than I do, so I don't know. 2008. The daughter of the late Johnny Cash in 2008 called the use of her father's name to endorse a presidential candidate appalling. A country star John Rich implied Mr. Cash would have backed Republican hopeful John McCain while appearing at a rally in Florida, according to media reports. Writing on her website, Roseanne Cash called the remarks presumptuous. Even I, she said, would not presume to say publicly what I know he thought or felt. Oh, just stop it. People talk about your father. My God, girl. Anyway, freaking people. Let's see. Kara Payton Flounder had a little birthday list here for you. How about Andrew Garfield? Andrew Garfield, the actor, is 45 today. He was known for Hacksaw Ridge, Spider-Man, and also The Social Network. That was a good movie. I was on again the other day. In fact, I DVR'd it again, because I usually race them when I watch them. Anyway. And on this day in history, oh, my goodness, what did I do with my history thing here? I can't believe it. I just did that one. Let's see. Oh, this is a bizarre story. In the year 1672, Johan de Witt, the former Grand Pensionary or Prime Minister of Holland, and his brother, on this day in 1672, he and his brother are lynched by an angry mob, and then the mob ate them, including after roasting their livers. Yes, as Prime Minister of Holland, the man had neglected the Dutch army, causing the Dutch Republic to be easily invaded by an alliance of countries that included England and France. The Prime Minister and his brother were blamed for the defeat. They were lynched in The Hague, and their bodies were cannibalized by the mob. Holland, 1672.
There was another example where the Dutch got upset and they went into the building upstairs where the guys were hiding and threw them out the window.
The Dutch. They're the little boys with the wooden shoes and the finger in the dike and the whole. The Dutch people, right? Don't they have the tulips and stuff and everything? Or
I bet the politicians were much more approachable after that.
I bet they were too.
Amenable to suggestion.
Wow. Here, have a snack first. So you want you to be hungry before we meet. I don't know, God. Jeez.
You're not the same without your Snickers
I mean, can you imagine a mob? So they were all for it. They were all, I guess it was okay. I mean, I can't imagine, hundreds of people. Yeah, all right, I'll get a finger. Yeah, here's a foot over there. Oh my God. Roasted his liver? They cooked him.
They've lynched him, and they're hanging there, and somebody goes, well, now what?
Yeah. Rib cage.
Let's eat them.
Call out with your, oh, man. Anyway, speaking of weird people, Atlanta Mayor Andre Dickens is getting some reaction after he told one of his constituents to shut up. Yes, Dickens lashed out at a voter named Jonathan Brimer. I'll call him Jonathan Brimer, who Mr. Brimer was responding to a video which Dickens shared calling on him to expand the city's transportation network. Well, what happened was Dickens was addressing a black sisterhood organization created during COVID called Nature Girls, Black Sisterhood Girls. He was addressing them, and he said, nothing like seeing folks about transportation, nothing like seeing folks outside enjoying each other and enjoying this city. Well, Mr. Brimer responded by saying, have some fun by restoring Peachtree Street's pedestrian-centric design in downtown and by delivering what we voted for with extra sales taxes for MARTA, by getting Beltline Rail done. Mr. Brimer is owner of a sunglass company boutique, and so Dickens said, shut up. Respect our legacy black women residents that made this city that you get to enjoy. Oh, okay. It was these black women made this city. Mr. Brimer lives in Grant Park. He said, wow, a mayor telling a constituent to shut up and asking him to uphold voter mandates. Stay classy, Andre. I live on the South Side and I appreciate my neighbors. Thank you very much. What I don't appreciate is your lack of leadership, lack of transparency, lack of responding to criticism publicly, and your tendency to dismiss legitimate criticism instead of answering it. Respect for Atlanta's residents should include respecting constituents who challenge you. Telling one to shut up is not leadership. Dickens branded truly embarrassing by social media users. Sharp response doesn't bode well. Appreciate your highlight of Nature Girls, but don't pop off of comments when the guy's talking about a pedestrian improvement project that's gone dormant. Oh, and by the way, his mayoral predecessor, Keisha Bong Bottoms, who got kicked upstairs to Washington because she was such a failure letting the gangbangers take over the Wendy's and killed that little girl and stuff like that. Apparently, Keisha Bong Bottoms has a new slogan, Keisha Bong Bottoms for governor, because gangbangers need love, too. So, again, they're going for the emotional ride here for the next election. Good grief. Now, I found this kind of interesting. Yesterday, I recall talking to you about a poll that came out, and it was even on Jesse Waters last night. There was a poll of Gen Z women, and the headline basically is, women are from Venus and men can stay on Mars. A very large, like 25% of Gen Z women literally hate men. It's not that they just are angry because they don't have people to date with. They hate men. They don't like what men stand for. They don't like what they are. They don't like how they act. They don't want to be around them. More than 20% under 30 have a negative view of men. That's 4 times more than how men feel about women. And less than half of the women have a positive view of men in any way, and most men do have a positive view of women. But anyway, this has been going on and on and on. Now, last night, Jesse Waters was talking about this very thing, and he had on a shrink and a psychologist, and I took a couple of notes on it, as these women who were interviewed about why they hate men, saying, for example, I don't care for them. They're not bad people, but they refuse to call out their friends who make other girls uncomfortable. They'll laugh at jokes that are sexist and homophobic. Women under 30 are far to the left of their male peers. And she said, I don't even think I'd be friends with somebody who's has a different political view. Again, we know this is happening all over the place now. Young women are shying away from men with different political views. They spend more than 5 hours. These women spend hours a day online with extremist left-wing beliefs about abortion, climate change, and socialism. 3/4 of young women said they'd find it difficult to be involved with someone with a different political view. Their American and British counterparts are saying the same thing in the workforce. There are more women working than there are men in the workforce. But one of the bottom lines of the study said that women were less likely to say they feel happy. Women are less likely to say they feel ambitious or excited or fulfilled. And more women are pessimistic about the prospects of a happy life. Gee, I wonder why. Now, this psychologist made a point, which it's going to sound very simplified as I try to repeat it for you here. The psychologist made the point that if we stop having any more female CEOs, if we stop having any more female pilots, if we stop having any more CEO scientists, any more women researchers, the world will still go on. We'll still have the research. We'll still have pilots. We'll still have things that are going on. But if women stop becoming a mom, our society is going to collapse. Women make a home. And he said, this is very simplistic, and I know this is extremely sexist. It is sexist. But think about it. Women make the home. And if we don't have home life in America, we're doomed. I mean, if we don't have if we don't have homes, we don't have families. And if America loses its basic home and family strength, we are really doomed. And the problem is that young girls, as I've been saying for a long, long time, we've lost a generation, at least one generation. And it's the mothers of the generation teaching these now 20-somethings who hate men. They don't want to be a housewife. They can't imagine being a homemaker. And this psychologist said, we're going to have to start rethinking goals and things and stop. And again, it's the cell phone, it's social media, it's TikTok, it's
Hollywood, it's TV and Madison Avenue. Every TV show, pretty much, every movie shows men, especially white men, as racist, homophobic, or weak, violent, horrible, drunks. I mean, they've been making fun of the dad figure for 50 years now.
And commercials, the same thing. And a woman has to tell the father that he's doing something wrong or stupid or whatever. But again, and now it's down to your basic every day. These girls are on their phones. systems. And again, it's just enforcing hour after hour after hour of negative home life man mating stuff.
If they're not around men, they're not dating men, they're not getting married, they're not homemakers, not wives, because they don't want to be any of those things.
Right.
They're doing what they want, which is what you should do as an American, as a human.
Yeah.
Why are you unhappy?
Right, exactly.
You're getting what you want.
Yeah, but they're not getting what they want, what they need. They're not getting what makes them fulfilled.
In your opinion, what
right.
they need.
Yeah. But I mean, think about it.
Really
why are you not happy? Why are you not happy?
You're doing everything in your life you want to do. No one's there to tell you what to do. Why aren't you happy?
Yeah. Unfulfilled and unhappy. Well, anyway, I thought it was amazing, and they talked about it last night. Same thing I've been saying for a long time, and it's more, and these surveys showing the same thing. I mean, it's really scary. All right, 414, Kimber Feet and Flounder, 106.3, and we have a game. You want to do a game?
Let's do a game.
Let's do a game coming up next. Look out, here we go.
It's time for the Bortz Report, exclusively on Atlanta's only conservative news and talk station, Extra 106.3.
Pardon me, but an angry rant follows. Georgia Trend magazine for August. Somebody named Theron Johnson writes an article betting on Georgia's future. And in the middle of the article is a highlight, and it says, "It's no secret that rich people have an outsized influence in politics." Well, no kidding. Those damned rich people again, with all of their influence. Here's what Mr. Theron Johnson might approve of. Let's get poor people to have an outsized influence on politics. Let's get people that never completed their education, who can't get and hold a job, who haven't been able to save a penny their entire lives, who live paycheck to paycheck. Those are the people we want to influence our politics, right? Failures. If you've opened a business, if you've operated a business, if you built some wealth in your lives, stay away. We don't need your influence. We want to operate our political body based upon the influence of people with no record of success at all. Oh, and by the way, people who don't pay their fair share of taxes. The evil millionaires and the even more evil billionaires and those greedy corporate capitalists and greedy corporations. Why has no reporter anywhere in our solar system, upon hearing somebody talk about greedy corporations or greedy millionaires, ever asked that person, "Excuse me, could you define the term greed for me?" This all is just so disgusting. I think I'm going to go watch puppy videos on YouTube. Neil Bortz, Extra 106.3.
Hey, Atlanta, it's Mark from the Safe House, and now the thought of the day. There's only a few things that a safe from the Safe House can't protect you from. The biggest one is socialist Democrats trying to steal elections. Does that really happen? Yes, it does. So for real security, drop by the Safe House and let us show you how to protect your hard-earned valuables from theft and fire. We are the exclusive Browning and Fort Knox safe dealer in the area. That's right, we're the only ones. So don't go unprotected. Go to AtlantaSafehouse.com. That's AtlantaSafehouse.com.
Hey, it's Drake Baldwin. Everyone knows my winning team on the field, but when there's no hot water, I need a win at my home base. When it comes to plumbing, my winning team is Superior. Superior Plumbing is there whenever I need a leak repaired, toilet replaced, or a water heater installed. For over 40 years, they've been Atlanta's go-to plumbers. And Superior is still locally owned. For Superior, there's no job too small.
For Superior, the honest one, call 770-422 Plum.
Hey, it's Front Office Lowe's for Howard Brothers and Toro. Mowing your lawn shouldn't feel like a chore. It should be fun. And Toro lets you rediscover the joy of mowing. With a Toro mower, you're not just cutting grass. You're turning your yard into a place you're proud of. And with these powerful precision mowers on your side, the work will be done before you know it. You can find your new Toro at Howard Brothers. They have all the gear to get the work done and all the fun to go with it. The grass is always greener when you take care of it with Toro and Howard Brothers.
Babe, can you knock out my honey-do list today?
Oh, I know. I told you I'd get to it this weekend.
Hi, I'm Chris Lalomia, owner of the Trusted Toolbox. I can't fix your marriage, but I can fix your house. With our handyman for a day service, we'll handle those drywall patches, that door that won't latch, the leaky faucet, and the wood rot all around your house. The whole punch list, done fast, done right. You keep your weekend, she gets the house done. Everybody wins. Book your handyman for a day at thetrustedtoolbox.com. One call, one handyman, one day, the Trusted Toolbox.
Some moments do not need a crowd, just two people and a question that changes everything. At Solomon Brothers, we understand what that moment means because for over 44 years, we have helped Atlanta choose jewelry that marks life's most important chapters. No high-pressure sales, just the largest selection, honest pricing, and the private time you deserve to get it right. Solomon Brothers, helping Atlanta say I do since 1982. Book a private shopping appointment online.
There we go. Kara Payton Flounder, 106.3, with Garth Brooks. 1992. Oh, is this a drunk song about showed up at the wedding drunk?
No, Friends in Low Places.
Yeah.
But I think this is...
Yeah, this one.
Yeah, but it's. I don't think it's Garth Brooks. It's a horrible cover.
This is not Garth Brooks?
It doesn't sound like him. I just pulled it up in our computer.
Yeah, this is not Garth Brooks. I always like it's a weird song, but I always used to like it for some reason. Yeah, this is a sound alike. I'll be damned. Well, anyway, in 1992, an American doctor filed a $35 million lawsuit against Southwest Bell Phone Company. I'm going to play it a little bit. I'm based in low places. Anyway, the doctor filed a $35 million lawsuit against Southwest Bell. He claimed that his wife died because the doctor couldn't reach 911. And the reason he couldn't reach 911 was because all the lines were jammed by demand of Garth Brooks concert tickets. And the phones were jammed and he couldn't get through and his wife died. Anyway, Friends in Low Places. Brutal. Kara Payton Flounder, how you doing? Birthday list includes a guy named Jonathan Key Kwan. Mr. Kwan is 55. He was OB on Loki. Michelle Yeoh's husband in Everything Everywhere All at Once. Back in the day, he was the kid with the gadgets in The Goonies. And he was Short Round in Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. Jonathan Key Kwan, 55 years old today. That movie, Everything Everywhere All at Once, didn't that win all the Academy Awards or something? And it wasn't some woke thing about, I don't know.
I tried to watch it. I got 5 minutes into it, and it was like, all right.
What the hell, some kind of woke thing about we're all people together or some...
I have no idea what it meant.
Jeez, you know, what happened? I remember, you used to be cowboy movies and war movies and, just fun
Donald
movies.
Trump became president and everyone had TDS.
Yeah, apparently.
Killing Indians and Asians. Yeah, we should go back to that.
Well, I mean, just entertainment. Just go to the movies. Say, hey, let's go to the movies. Yeah, great, it'll be fun. I mean, when's the last time we went to the movie? Say, well, I hope I'm going to learn something about, my genetics or something. I mean,
they lost the ability to tell stories because they fired everybody over the age of 30.
It's unbelievable, this wokeness. Anyway, let's see. On this day in history, 1997, Alabama dedicated a 50-mile stretch of Interstate 65 from Montgomery to Georgiana, the boyhood home of Hank Williams, renaming that 50 miles of Interstate 65 the Hank Williams Memorial Lost Highway. There you go. In 1997. And here we go. 422. Kara Payton Flounder, 404-741-1230. Hey, Johnny Olson. Who's the next contestant on? Holy crap, Pete Davis has a game.
It's you two doofuses.
Oh, God. This will be fun.
Great.
Congratulations, Flounder.
All right. We'll start with Flounder.
All right. There you go.
All right.
Yeah.
There are 6 NFL teams that are not represented by cities. Name one of them.
Oh.
Let's see here. Chicago Bears.
That's a city.
Wrong.
That's
Illinois. Damn it.
Last time I looked.
City of Chicago.
Your turn.
New England Patriots.
That's right. New England Patriots. All right. Flounder, it's your turn.
New York Jets.
New York City is a city. Last
New
time I
York
checked.
Jets. It's not the New York City Jets. It's the New York Jets.
They're in New Jersey for one thing.
They're in Jersey, but they are representing the city of New York, not the state.
Damn
Kimmer,
it.
it's your turn.
All right, that would be the oh my God! And I'm Pittsburgh, Cleveland, Jets, New York, Miami, Tampa Bay. Crap! Can't think of one. There were
right,
6
Flounder?
of them. I can't believe it.
Don't look it up.
I'm not. There's a Texas team, not the Dallas Cowboys, obviously, but isn't there a Texas football team? Damn it!
Well,
the Houston
just make
Texans.
Houston.
Oh yeah.
But it's oh my God!
right.
I can't believe there
Kimmer,
were 6.
your turn.
Let's see, Kansas City, Oakland, God, Nevada, Nevada.
There is no
it's Las
team
Vegas.
called Nevada.
That's right.
Flounder,
Las
your
Vegas.
turn.
God, I can't believe it. What a bar bet this is! I can't believe there were 6 teams.
The Vikings, Minnesota.
That's right.
that's
Minnesota
one.
Vikings. I mean,
Good
the
one.
way at first I saw it is the guy had 1 minute to name all 6, and he couldn't do it.
Lord.
And I got 5 of them in a minute off the top of my head.
I've been
but
doing it for now
they're
4
hard.
minutes, so I can't think of more than the 2.
Kimmer, it's your turn. We got New England and Minnesota so far.
Wow. Arizona Cardinals.
That's right, Arizona Cardinals.
That's
All right,
3.
there's 3 of them.
Three
There's 3 more.
Good
Flounder.
grief.
It's not. The Panthers, Carolina.
The
Carolina Panthers.
Good one.
You are correct. So
That's
there's 2
4.
more left.
Holy cow.
One's a tough one. The other one should be really easy.
Seattle, San Francisco, San Diego, Los Angeles. I don't know. I can't.
It's close. There's a hint, both of you. Whoever says it first, the last 2.
What's the hint?
Close.
Tennessee
it's
Titans.
close.
Tennessee Titans.
Tennessee, that's right. The Tennessee Titans. There's one more if you want to tie, Flounder. It's also close. And it's a rival.
Carolina Panthers. Did you say Carolina?
We already said Carolina
said
Panthers.
New Orleans is not a state. It's in Louisiana, so it can't be the Saints.
It's a divisional rival.
Oh, is it? Would it be the Tennessee Titans? We said that one.
You just said Tennessee.
You just said that.
Well, then it would be the who's the Tampa Bay is now what? Somebody else. Let's see.
That's Florida.
God, that's some. This
All
is
right.
what a bet! Oh my
Okay.
God!
You just said it. It's the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. There is no such city as Tampa Bay.
Oh, well, that's a trick.
Yeah, that's a trick question.
But it's true.
Now, what's the other one? We still missing one, aren't we?
No. You had Minnesota, Carolina, Tampa Bay, New England, Arizona, and Tennessee.
I'll be darned.
Yeah, you can win some money in a bar with that.
Oh,
one.
Lordy! I
Especially if you
guarantee
time
you.
it.
I guarantee you, football people would struggle to come up with those in a short period of
It'll
time.
drive you crazy because you know all the teams.
Yeah, you could. Oh my God! Holy cow! That's really interesting. Well, it's interesting to me. I don't know if it's interesting to me, but that was pretty cool. I mean, what a great bar bet! Holy moly!
Yes, sir.
You think you know football? $50. You can't name these teams that aren't named after a city. Ready? Go.
I got 5 in 1 minute. I missed one of them. I forget.
Well,
which
you're
one.
a sports
Do they
guy.
have that for baseball as well?
You can do it for baseball.
I'm trying to think.
I have to think about that.
Yeah, we ask Rock how many baseball Major League Baseball teams are.
Oh
not
yeah,
named
Arizona
after a city.
Diamondbacks. Arizona Diamondbacks are one that I know of.
No, he can't think of any baseball teams.
Arizona.
No, they don't have a baseball team.
Arizona Diamondbacks.
Oh,
we
that's
just
right.
lost
Yeah,
to
we
them.
just
2 out of
lost to
3.
I forgot. I've never been there before. Oh, that's right.
Minnesota, the Twins.
Minnesota Twins, Colorado Rockies. There's 3.
Yeah. Wow. Lisa, that's a pretty interesting thing to do for bar bets.
Our boss Scott says the Florida Marlins.
Florida Marlins. That's what I was thinking of for football. I was thinking that somebody changed to Florida. That was a baseball.
So what about what about the
were
Mets or the
Miami.
Yankees?
They were Miami, and now they're Florida Marlins, I think. They're back to
Well,
Florida.
they started out as Florida,
Yeah.
then they became Miami. Are they now
I think they're back to Florida.
I think they're
back.
Miami.
I don't know. I thought they were back
No,
to
they're
Florida.
Miami. They're Miami now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it was close.
No, New York. The Yankees and the Mets are named after the city.
The
New York
city?
Yeah. Anyway, wow. But what a great bar bet there. Holy cow. All right, come on. And speaking of sports, a quick thing. Here we go again. Once again, the people in the WNBA forgot what the W stands for. We're going to play the Cheryl Reese soundbite here, Flounder. The pressure of the movement of XXXY. The head coach of the Minnesota Lynx, Cheryl Reeve, is sticking to her guns. They're talking about it again. Another game last night. The doors of the Lynx in the Golden State Valkyries game. The coach, Cheryl Reeve, made it clear that transgender kids belong in the games. Once again, Flounder, if you will, Coach Reeves. Right here in the old radio.
And I think, as we're seeing sort of politically in this country, they found a talking point that people are buying into. And the only thing I ask is that people educate themselves further on these issues and what we're capable of doing when we work on something together. And that something is not used as, simply rhetoric to marginalize a community that does not deserve marginalization.
Okay, hold on a minute. The only thing I ask is that people educate themselves further on these issues. What does that even mean? Educate what? There are two genders, and we all get it. And so educate, what more do we educate ourselves on? I mean, what is she talking? It's just word salad. I think people should educate themselves further on these issues and what we're capable of doing together. What the hell does that mean? I mean, people are not saying anything.
Anyone who says educate yourself is just trying to deflect from the fact they're morons.
We need something that is not used to just marginalize a community. I mean, nobody's marginalizing anything. Either you're a man or you're a woman, and if you're a man, you can't play in girls' sports. Ta-da! I mean, this is unbelievable, these people. And by not answering, by doing this mumbo-jumbo, they're just stringing it along again. Unfortunately, we'll try. We probably won't talk about this for a while. I'm tired. I'm done with it. I don't know what they're doing. I can't wait for these guys who, to try out next year. Because they're going to force it.
Real quick, we just had a caller say it was crazy we didn't come up with the Washington Nationals. But isn't that the District of Columbia?
Yeah.
It would be Washington, D.C.
It's a city, too. But it's also a district, so that could also be in there.
Possibly. Yeah, that's a good possible. Yeah, good call. Okay.
Could go either way, kind of like a tranny.
AC, kind of either way, it'd be fine.
Hermaphrodite.
There you go. Kimber, Feet, and Flounder. Okay. We're doing it all here today at 6 o'clock.
How'd you like your last name be Aphrodite and your first name Herman?
Oh, God. Hermaphrodite. Yeah, there you go. Look out.
Support the advertisers and partners that share your values. Give our extra advertisers the first shot to earn your business. They will deliver for you every time and support the extra community like no one else. Connect with all of our partners online at extra1063.com.
Be honest, when you pull into your driveway, does your house look rough? Faded, cracked, outdated siding? Your neighbors have noticed. Just saying. Well, Nelson Exteriors will transform your home with beautiful new siding. Fast, professional, and done right the first time. And you're backed by the Trustdale $10,000 Make It Right guarantee. So there's literally zero excuse to keep living with it. Just search Nelson Exteriors. Your house will thank you. And so will your neighbors. Go to nelson-exteriors.com today.
Calling all contractors. Stovall & Company Wholesale Landscape Supply is here for you.
We've been family owned and operated for more than 75 years, and we just opened our 11th location in Canton, Georgia.
We are proud to provide all your wholesale irrigation, nursery, and landscape supply needs.
We are partnered with Keystone Hardscape to offer a wide variety of products to enhance any outdoor living space.
Here at Stovall, we have it all. Check us out at StovallInc.com or visit any of our convenient locations throughout North Georgia.
Toyota's national sales event is happening now through August 31st at Marietta Toyota. Thinking about going electric? Well, the 2026 Toyota BZ gives you an all-electric Toyota with no gas stops, a quiet commute, and confidence of buying from a dealership you know. For drivers who want to spend less time at the pump and more time enjoying the drive, BZ is a smart way to try all-electric without leaving Toyota behind. Every new Toyota includes a nationwide lifetime powertrain warranty. That's unlimited time and unlimited mileage as long as you own it. We've been voted Best of Cop for 2026, Best New Car Dealership, Best Service Center. For well-qualified buyers, special financing is available on the new 2026 Toyota BZ. 0% APR for up to 72 months through August 31st. Visit us on Cobb Parkway South, just north of True Stadium, Marietta Toyota. Since 1975, we've been here and we'll be here for you.
0% APR for 72 months with approved credit through SETF. Not all buyers qualify. Offer ends 8/31/26. See dealer for details. All prices exclude tax, tag, and title and include $699 dock fee and $257 electronic tag fee.
All year, we've celebrated America's 250th anniversary with fireworks, parades, and displays of patriotism. But what happens next year? Is this simply a milestone we recognize and move beyond? Or is this the beginning of something that will outlast us? I'm Elijah O'Neill, Director of Education at the American Journey Experience in Texas. And every day I work among thousands of artifacts spanning from the time of Christopher Columbus to the space race. And I've seen what happens when people encounter history beyond names and dates. When they see it, touch it, and experience it, America's story becomes their story. That is what Glenn Beck and our team are building, not for one anniversary, but for generations to come. Visit AmericanJourneyExperience.com and join the Sacred Honor Society for $17.76 a month and preserve the history of the greatest nation on earth. AmericanJourneyExperience.com.
The thing is, when it's whistling
Welcome
stuff,
to the Kimmer Show.
a lot of times you're just
update.
not counting
Let's
the things
check
that
in with
happen
Pete on the scoreboard.
between the time
Stories prepared
I send everything and
versus
then
stories
get
actually
it edited and done on the air. So it's not really fair sometimes to
12 times.
Well,
you annoyed us this morning. 12 times.
I know. I just couldn't help it. I'm up.
Even though I was up. I was up.
That was a very nice surprise. The early feedback. It was very nice.
I had to go for my exit interview in the rehab thing. So I had
of
to
course.
get there
Of course.
early today. And they all hugged me. All the three ladies hugged me.
Very well. There you are. Ring the bell and all that stuff. Or they don't have a bell?
No, that's for cancer.
Oh,
it's not for just cardiac.
Okay. I never rang a bell. I never had I never had a bell to ring. I had 5 weeks of radiation every day for 5 weeks and chemo and surgery. Nobody ever rang a bell for. I never got a bell to ring.
I just rang.
Ding, 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 ding.
All right,
ding.
fine. Thank you very much.
What you read? What's his name? I never got a dinner. But that guy was never funny.
I never got
buttons. He was never funny.
No,
All right,
I never thought he was funny either. Yeah,
Jack Carter, another of those Borscht Belt guys.
Yeah.
Never funny.
Yeah, kind
Shouldn't
of
have got a dinner.
too aggressive
Weren't
or
funny.
something. He wasn't. Yeah, he was kind of mean spirited. It seemed to me.
12 times you annoyed us this morning,
I know,
and you have done. Wait a minute,
Hold on, 3, 2.5.
5 of them.
All right, well, I back off a little bit there. That's not that good. All right, well, I'll definitely endeavor to be better. Tomorrow, Letter Up Friday. Let's see if we can't do a better job. Let's see. Birthday list includes a guy named James Marsters. James Marsters is 64. He was Spike on Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Brainiac on Smallville. James Marsters, 64, is Victor Stein on Marvel's Runaways, and Lex Luthor on the DC Universe Online video game. James Marsters, 64 years old today. And I don't even have a history thing here. I feel at the moment my phone died. I put a little thing on Facebook this morning and YouTube because in the news, once again, is Lorena Bobbitt. Lorena Bobbitt, the infamous wife of John Wayne Bobbitt. And I put a little video of the picture of him and me together when I interviewed him on my radio program back, God, it had to be like 98 or 99 or something in that area, I believe. And he was one of the dumbest guests I've ever had. Had nothing to offer. He was just a lunk. We had him on live, but that was back when Mikey was producing, I think, we did a live shot somewhere. I forgot. Mike Rose. Back, you don't remember Mikey?
Doesn't ring a bell.
Can't remember Marky.
I remember
Mikey.
his son. His son was a hard worker.
His son was a great kid. He used to work here, and then he disappeared. And he was working at 680. And I remember at the golf tournament we had, and he was a great kid. He looked like freaking Jesus. He looked like remember the disciples.
Was he an employee or an intern?
I think he was working for. Well, he may have been. I think he was an intern. But I thought
it was a summer internship.
Yeah.
I think he joined the Peace Corps, didn't he?
Yeah. The last I heard, I think he was working for him and then joined the Peace Corps before he actually got going.
Well, that apple fell really far from the tree, didn't it?
Yeah, Mikey's not going to be digging any ditches in Swahili land, okay? Just saying. Anyway, so John Wayne Bobbitt, I took a video of my picture I had taken with him because his ex, Lorena Bobbitt, is still in the news and alive, and now she's going to be part of a brand new TV series, a miniseries on Hulu. Lorena Bobbitt made headlines when she chopped off her husband Farkaluk with a knife and threw it out the window into a field. She married John Bobbitt in 1989, claimed he raped her and abused her for years, and she remarkably claimed that one of the biggest complaints was that that he never let her finish her journey, let's say.
You never let her finish.
He never let her finish. So let's say it, because I say let's say it. I didn't mean to say it together. Song, you got me again. Anyway, he denied her claims of domestic violence. Now, the producers of a program called Good American Family, that's the name of the group, Good American Family, one of whom is Grey's Anatomy star Ellen Pompeo. They're revisiting the 1993 incident and the trials that followed. Deadline reports that they're having their season of a true crime show. It follows the first one they did, highlighting the story of a Ukrainian-born girl with dwarfism who was adopted by an American family and then abandoned 3 years later when they found out she was actually an adult. But she had dwarfism, and she faked being a kid, and then they said, no, you're out of here. Anyway, that was their first, this Good American Family thing this year. Now they're doing this for this year. The anthology is inspired by the ripped from the headline story of Lorena and John Bobbitt in Virginia media circus. Lorena goes by her birth name, Gallo. She was charged with malicious wounding after the attack, found not guilty by reason of insanity. She spent 45 days in a Virginia shrink facility. John Wayne Bobbitt was tried for sexual assault and acquitted of rape. His severed Farkaluk was recovered by law enforcement in the field and reattached during a 9-hour surgery, which also extended matters for him. And he went on to star in a couple of adult films with his new unnaturally enhanced member. Lorena's now 57. She's got a network seeking domestic violence help and sexual assault prevention. And she lives in Washington with her partner and their daughter. And now there's going to be a show about the infamous Lorena Bobbitt and what happened to her and John Wayne Bobbitt.
We know what happened.
Yes, we pretty much know.
Well, we know the long and short of it.
There you go. I mean, can you imagine? You can imagine some guy driving behind her and he throws her husband's severed Wakaluk out the window and hits the guy's windshield behind him. He says, man, look at the size of the wang on that mosquito. Holy crap. Can you imagine being a cop looking for it? I got it, Billy. A flash. Yeah, we got it. Here we go. And then picking it up and putting it in some ice and taking it to the hospital.
Yeah. What if your partner is helping you search was named Richard, but you're the one who found it? Hey, I just found...
Hey, Dick, we got it. Anyway. Oh, mercy. Well, speaking of kinky things, this is probably silly, but it bothers me, and you ought to know about it, concerning these Mangionis love girls who just... In fact, there was more people gathered outside the courtroom today in Massachusetts to show support for the mother who murdered her 3 little kids, including basically a baby, and on trial. And they're still they called off the trial for the day. They had testimony again today. The defense has taken over, and there women are showing up as supporters and so forth. And the Luigi Mangione trial, you know that there's the Luigiani girls, or the Mangione Luigi's losers, or whatever they call them. Well, the designer named Marc Jacobs. Marc Jacobs, a well-known fashion designer. And he was on the New York City program called a Vanity Fair interview, and they do what's called a lie detector test for Vanity Fair. The interviewer was interviewing 63-year-old Marc Jacobs, the fashion designer. And the interviewer said, a lot of New York City-born designers' outfits of yours have been worn by celebrities, Marc Jacobs, including Lil' Kim, Courtney Love, Winona Ryder, in their respective trials. And Marc Jacobs was asked at the Vanity Fair interview if he would be open to styling the 28-year-old killer, Luigi Mangione. Jacobs said yes. I think he looks pretty good the way he dresses. I said later in the polygraph test, Jacobs agreed with the statement that Mangione is a fashion trendsetter. He learned that Nordstrom sold out of burgundy sweaters after Mangione's appearance in one of the sweaters during his arraignment. And suddenly Nordstrom sold out. Now, some reaction to Mark Jacobs saying, yeah, I'd love to dress him. I'd love to get his style for him to put him up when he goes to court for the state trial. The federal trial is one thing, but the state trial is coming up here. Some comments about Mark Jacobs has a net worth of over $200 million, and he's stumping as a pretend anti-capitalist, pro-socialism, pro-murder ding-dong. Another, hopefully he'll never have a loved one shot in the back by a deranged killer. Maybe Mark Jacobs of a global luxury brand, Marc Jacobs, hasn't fully considered the idea of random people killing off wealthy businessmen.
Ooh, good one. Good one.
Mangione pleaded guilty last Friday to stalking charges with a killing, and that's the federal charge. But the state murder trial is now in postponement because the lawyers are saying double jeopardy is an issue, and therefore he shouldn't even go to trial on the state charges. But again, the issue of whether Marc Jacobs, a fashion designer, he's a great trendsetter, and he looks good in his clothes. I'd love to style for him. I mean, I don't know. I mean, maybe it's silly, but it just seems to me... Why wouldn't you say, I wouldn't want anything to do with that butcher?
Well,
I mean, just got psychopath.
Liberals and the left love their murdering autocrats. From Castro to Stalin to Lenin to Mao to all of them. They love these strong men murderers on the left. The Che Guevara T-shirts.
Yeah, heroes.
The man was a homophobe. He hated black people.
He murdered
hated
children.
gay
He
people.
killed families.
Mothers holding the babies. He shot the babies and the mothers as they were holding them.
Yeah.
He hated black people and he hated gay people. Yeah, he's a hero
That's
to the
Che
left
Guevara.
because he murdered people.
Yeah, put that T-shirt on. A big picture of him with the famous beret
That's how
and the
you know
beard.
you're dealing with an idiot when they have a Che Guevara. I'm looking at you, Carlos Santana, who wears one all the time.
Yeah. I mean, it really is astounding. We got another coming up here, another story about another illegal immigrant murderer, torturer, and a Democratic socialist, once again, living off mommy and daddy and faking out his own constituents to get a free ride when he got fired for trying to hold a job. A socialist trying to hold a job and getting paid for not doing it right and gotten fired. My Lord. It's all coming up. Kipper, Pete, and Flounder, 4:45 on 106.3. How's it going?
Every day, the border is a bigger story than the day before. And every day, we inch closer to opening it back up. That is, if we don't act. Extra 106.3 covers it without the spin, because this isn't a debate, it's a policy with consequences. Listen live or stream us anywhere on the Extra 106.3 app.
America! Chuck, yeah! Chuck and Shack Oyster Bar is celebrating the red, white, and blues all summer long with our America 250 summer menu. We're talking Cyclone char-grilled oysters, Route 66 smash burgers, crab meat boardwalk fries, and USA-inspired cocktails. Raise a glass and cheers to 250 years of the U.S. of A. at Chuck and Shack Oyster Bar. Locally owned in downtown Alpharetta and Cumming, across from the collection. Find your location and details at theshuckandshack.com.
I enjoy a good night's sleep, and I like to breathe while I'm sleeping. My wife appreciates that, too. That's why I wear a CPAP. You want the right machine. You want expert advice. You want all the supplies that go with it. You get it all at CPAPs, etc. in Alpharetta. Machines, masks, tubing, filters, cleaning supplies, all of it, and they ship nationwide. Walk-ins, by the way, are welcome. CPAPs, etc. Alpharetta, CPAPSETC.com.
I'm Patrick Brown, former Army Ranger in the United States Army. Like many service members, I had to make difficult choices when leaving the military, and the most challenging thing was finding purpose in a new phase of life. Housing, employment, education, way too many decisions and no idea where to start. That was until I met the Warrior Alliance. They made it simple. They listened and quickly connected me to the services I needed. And like a trusted friend, they even followed up to make sure I was squared away. Change a veteran's life today by donating at thewarrioralliance.org, helping warriors navigate to success after service.
Hey, I'm a dog. Every day, I dig. Every day, they fill it back in. It's a whole thing. But then my humans called Accent Fence and had a real fence installed. And now, I can't get out. But in the meantime, the family loves it.
Hi, this is Jared with Accent Fence. Secure your yard with wood, vinyl, composite, aluminum, steel, or chain link fence. And right now, we're making it more affordable with no money down financing. Get your free quote today at 770-995-7463 or book online at accentfence.net.
This is Tom, the Honest Car Guy, and I'm here with Ron. And I'll let Ron tell you a little bit about his experience with us, and not only that, but the differences between a new car dealership and the Honest Car Guy, because there is a difference, with no doc fees and no addendums. It's kind of straightforward. They get to see what we pay for the car, and that's not something you get at a dealership.
Usually we're back and forth, and then you get like 1,400 pages of paper. And in this case, we did it all online. I mean, it was like, okay, I don't mind doing paperwork once I know that this is the deal.
And you got to see the financing, the numbers
see
up
all
front
of it
before you even bought it. You can make that call, and within hours, we can find you the car you want from your home. I mean, I had a customer call me up and say, hey, I bought a car in my pajamas.
If I'd have had some, I'd have been wearing them. I didn't.
Friends, if you're in the market for a pre-owned car, truck, or SUV, get an honest car buy from the Honest Car Guy. You pay what we pay, plus an honest fee, and we back that up by giving you the bill of sale. That's our transparency guarantee. Call 844-SHOW-ME-1. That's 844-SHOW-ME, the number 1, or visit honestcarguy.com.
When Keisha Lance Bottoms got elected, she said,
"We must be good stewards of your tax dollars."
Just 30 days later,
taxpayers covered the cost of a first-class ticket for Mayor Bottoms' husband to fly to the Super Bowl
on her taxpayer-funded credit card.
Atlanta taxpayers shelled out more than $2,600.
Worse,
more than $11,600 in luxury chauffeured car service in just her first 5 months in office.
And taxpayers covered this tab.
The State Ethics Commission has fined Keisha Lance Bottoms.
She accepted over $110,000 in contributions that exceeded legal limits,
violating campaign finance laws.
The commission's chairman declared
it's an egregious violation of the act.
And the verdict from a former prosecutor?
It smells bad. What don't you get about the rules and regulations? If Mayor Bottoms wants her legacy to be too greedy to care, they're off to a great start.
Keisha Lance Bottoms. She's out for herself, not Georgia.
Paid for by Jackson for Governor, Inc.
I always like Steve Winwood. I got a couple of his hits on my Magic
Speaks highly
Music.
of you, too.
I like Valerie. I like Don't You Know What the Night Can Do. Steve Winwood, 1988, went to number 1. It was his 5th album, Roll With It. The title cut, Roll With It, topped the singles charts. And the album became one of his most commercially successful, sold millions of copies. Steve Winwood, 1998. Yeah, good sound. Again, Don't You Know What the Night Can Do is probably my favorite. Or Valerie. It's funny when I hear the song Valerie brings back a romantic memory when I was in San Francisco. In one of the few moments when I didn't hate being out there because it was such a horrible place to live. And the other one, I sang a song to a girl I loved. Don't You Know What the Night Can Do? And it turned horrible. So anyway, Steve Winwood, the only thing to start. And,
No. Go on.
I don't think so. It was a heartbreaker. I got all these stories. They'll be in my book. Shut Up and Leave Me Alone. It's coming out in, the end of the year. Let's see. Our birthday list includes Peter Horton. Peter Horton was that blonde actor on the TV series 30-something. Peter Horton is 73. Other than that, he's known for being a director and a movie maker, a TV show maker, and so forth behind the scenes. Peter Horton, 73. Also, Peter Horton was married to Michelle Pfeiffer from 1981 to 1988, and they broke up amicably, and they both say, the problem was show business. It was too hard having a marriage when they're working in movies and TV and, doing stuff, and they couldn't keep it together. Well, again, Hollywood destroyed the marriage. Let's see, and on this day... hold on a second, Mr. Fun there. On this day in 1975, Viking 1 is launched toward Mars. 1975 on this day. The following year, it sent back the first pictures from the surface of Mars and took the famous photo called Face on Mars. It looks like a face on the planet Mars. Viking 1 was the first spacecraft to successfully land on Mars and was part of a 2-part mission to search for signs of life. Viking 1 performed the first Martian soil sample using its robotic arm and a special biological laboratory. And as I recall, didn't they find some evidence of a possibility of having water on Mars? And therefore a possibility of life or something? So I don't know.
Probably was at one point.
Yeah. Uh-oh, Pete froze. Pete
That's
froze.
the most dramatic pose I've ever
He's
frozen
looking to the skies, reaching out and touching the face of God right now. Pete Davis with his.
I am giving the sunset the glad eye.
It's like the Michelangelo painting of the great thinker. You could just be the great thinking, looking up to the heavens above.
I like that pose.
Well, it's over now. He had to get you back on the computer. Sorry. Anyway, Kipper, Pete, and Flounder, 404-741-1230, 741-1230. And by the way, this story bothers me a little bit, although I feel bad for everybody, but still I think it might be a little bit of a goop thing, and here's why. Oregon teenagers, 2 girls named Itali Gomez Soleil and Evie Yanoda, they were 13 and 14 years old when this happened a little while ago. They were on the upside-down amusement park ride called the Pendulum Swing at Oaks Amusement Park in Portland. And what happened was they were among the 28 people left dangling upside down when the ride broke. So they were dangling upside down. They're now both 16. They have been awarded the parents sued, and they have been awarded about almost $300,000 apiece, suing the park and the ride's manufacturer. During the trial, the young girl named Yokota was a Korean martial arts champion at the age of 14, and she emotionally told the jury she feared the harness was going to accidentally break apart. She said, "The highest terror I've ever felt. There's nothing like it ever in my life. My girl pal had bloodshot eyes hanging upside down, rushing to her head. So many people were throwing up at that point. I thought I was going to throw up too. They claimed the staffers on the ground were telling people to leave. Customers, go away, leave the area." She said, "I remember thinking they didn't want people to watch us falling from the sky, passing out all limp and stuff." And the other one said, "I didn't want people to see me die. It's hard to be like that where your friends are underneath you and you're going to die." They have suffered post-traumatic stress, anxiety. The girl who did the martial arts says she can't even do it anymore. She's too screwed up about it. They need counseling, treatment, and medication. The theme park admitted fault in the thing. And anyway, of the 28 people, most of them settled. Most of them sued, and they settled out of court for something. These 2 actually went to trial, and they were awarded almost $300,000 apiece. Now, it was a terrible thing. I mean, they were held upside down for several minutes. I forgot how long it was.
An hour or something?
Well, they got stuck. People telling awful amounts. It doesn't really say 25 minutes. 25 minutes, and then I think they just fixed the ride where they fixed it so it came back to normal, and they got them off of there. They didn't have to use parachutes or sky helicopter people or something. Firemen with a crane or whatever. But still, anyway, for 25 minutes they were in a terrible situation, scared to death and things. Now, $300,000.
For 25 minutes upside down, way up in the air, and not knowing it's going to happen. It just happens.
Well, they were scared,
Would you? I don't think I'd do it for $300K. No, not upside down. It wouldn't be good for me right now to hang upside down. For
Well, anything I do now is is like a million times worse than it would have been 20, 30, 40 years ago. So I can't. The problem is in my head. I still think I'm a man. I still think that I'm a regular guy. And I mean, sure, I walk around, I talk to people, I drive a car. I cook my dinner. I do things. I'm a guy. I said, no, you're not really. No, I'm sorry. Those days of being an actual man are long gone. You can't think that way. Say, well, yeah, I can go and say, well, no, you can't really. But now the other question I had was, and I might be a little silly about this, do you think they deserve to get that kind of money for that trouble?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. 12 and 13, 13, 14. Okay. I just curious.
Because a lot of them probably never will ride a ride like that. They'll get the willies every time they think about going to
they were messed up
like that.
Yeah. Traumatic stress, no question about it. Yeah. So I think that 13 and 14. I think they were 13 and 14. But still,
they should be adults by then.
Anyway, I thought that was kind of bizarre. Also, let's see here. We got a very bizarre story that I do not have a problem with, of what some are calling an overreaction at the Space Force base in Vandenberg that led to the security guards drawing their guns and sends people away in handcuffs for a news event. I don't think it was an overreaction. No, I don't have a problem with it. Also, another of these socialist Democrat socialist leader living in Daddy's house who got fired from his job and get money from the people because they felt sorry for him because he's a socialist from his own people. What a scandal. It's all coming up. Hold on. First, Kimber, we got a Kimber, Pete, and Flounder. Flounder's funny here for you. One more shot here. Coming right up for a second here.
This is our first child, and I never realized as a heavyset man how helpful I would be in her pregnancy journey. Everything she's going through, I've already been through. I'm serious. She goes, Derek, I can't sleep on my stomach or my back. I go, me either, Alyssa. The doctor said if I sleep on my back again, I could die, you know? And I had to teach her about putting a pillow between her legs. I go, you're going to have to sleep. And she goes, my hips, they hurt. I go, you're going to have to flip more, Alyssa. I mean, everything she's going through, it's all relatable. She goes, none of my clothes fit. I told her, I go, will it ever end, you know? Our dryer's running hot. All my polos look like crop tops, man. She said she was starting to chafe. She goes, I'm chafing bad. And I said, you're talking to the right guy. And I had to teach her about Gold Bond. I go, listen, you're going to smell like Pawpaw, but you're going to be on the move, okay? And I go, don't put too much on and then sit down. You'll be covered in it, Alyssa. A dab will do you, okay?
Mr. Derek Stroop.
We like this guy. Kimber, Pete, and Flounder, how's it going? Holy Crap at Sports is coming up. And by the way, Neutrogena's saying I'm sorry to Hayden Panettiere. Coming up, Kimber, Pete, and Flounder. Look out.
The Morning Extra. Glenn Beck, Clay and Buck, and The Kimmer Show on WFOM and W292EV Marietta, a Dickey Broadcasting Station. Extra 1063.
Foiling a terror plot in New York. I'm Carmen Roberts, Fox News. The FBI arrests a New York woman on charges of planning to bomb the state capitol in Albany in an ISIS-inspired attack.
U.S. Attorney John Sarcone said Bowie is charged with providing material support to ISIS.
This defendant was radicalized online and spread messages of hate and violence.
FBI special agent in charge in Albany, Craig Tremoroli, quoted Bowie's intent to take down the building
and kill the senators while they're meeting.
New York Governor Kathy Hochul posted her gratitude on X for the arrest and said at this time there is no other immediate threat in Albany. Gernal Scott, Fox News.
Fox News has learned that federal agents seized electronic devices from former California Congressman Eric Swalwell at a San Francisco airport and searched his Washington, D.C. home.
Sources tell Fox this is part of the ongoing federal probe, possibly in relation to sexual misconduct allegations. Swalwell was cooperative during the airport encounter on Saturday and was not detained or arrested. The FBI is not commenting on this matter. Swalwell faces multiple allegations of sexual assault from several women.
Fox's Matt Fenn reporting Swalwell denies the allegations. Secretary of the Treasury, Scott Bessent, is trying to calm the public and the markets as the national debt hits a record $40 trillion.
We're going to have to grow our way out of this.
And that tariff income will help.
With the Section 301 tariffs, I am confident that we will be back to the same level, if not higher, of tariff income for last year.
That didn't stop the sell-off on Wall Street, though. The Dow lost 704 points, or more than 1%. The Nasdaq slid 264 points. America's listening to Fox News.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/term. That's ethos.com/term. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Everyone walks through seasons of uncertainty, but you don't have to walk through them alone. At intouch.org, you'll find messages of hope, biblical truth, and encouragement from Dr. Charles Stanley, available anytime you need it. Dive into devotionals, watch sermons, or explore resources that help you draw closer to God day by day. When you're ready to refocus your heart and renew your faith, visit intouch.org. It may be exactly what your soul needs today.
Let's get it together, ladies. Left shoulder, right of blank, ready on your dog target. Road guards out. Look out, it's only me. It's only the Kimmer with Pete Davis and Flounder. And you on 106.3. Here's the number 404-741-1230, 741-1230. Got all the news, got Holy Crap at Sports. I'm still trying to find out about that 16-year-old girl who tackled the football player, and nobody is going to tell us why. We got to find the bottom of that. I'm not going to rest until I keep looking up all night long. A lot of politics, a lot of stuff's going on, including your phone calls. Flounder, we got something ready to go on the radio here.
First and foremost, we got Stratocaster John.
Stratocaster John, how's it going, man? What's happening?
It's going great, Kimmer. Hey, I heard that John Wayne Bobbitt was taking an extension course at Shorter College.
Oh, Shorter College. Hey, I used to represent Shorter College. I kind of forgotten that back. That had been like 1995 or something. And it was a great deal. You got and my deal was, if you're working and doing things, you never finish college, here's your chance. They have a great program and, higher education. Now it's going to have a Shorter College and filing for an extension. Yeah, Frankenpenis, they called him. That was the name of, I think, a name of his first movie, porn movie. Oh, Lord.
The course worked out well for him there.
But he was such unfortunately, a dumb guest. I mean, he had nothing to offer. He had just had a terrible personality, and I don't know. But hell, he was surely he was in the news. So
I've been sitting on that line for decades now. Finally had a chance to use it.
Well, he was, and it's in the news today. Your perfect timing, Stratocaster John, man. You have yourself a great day. Thanks. 404-741-1230.
All right, now we got David on the horn.
David, welcome aboard, sir. What's happening?
Hi. I wanted to go back to your story about the girls hanging upside down.
Yeah.
And Pete had said that he wouldn't hang upside down 25 minutes for $300,000.
Yeah.
I have what's called an inversion table, so I hang upside down on purpose. And I only go 3 to 5 minutes. Any more than about 5 minutes, and it really starts getting very uncomfortable.
Yeah, I bet. Now, is that thing where you put your feet in and then it kind of hoists you upside down so your feet are on like in boots or something and you're hanging totally upside down? I saw commercials for that. Is that what that is? I saw commercials for that thing.
Yes, and it's helpful to keep you from shrinking so much as you age.
Well, I know that there really is an issue with your back and your bones and your vertebrae and so on and so forth. And I hear it now. I hear it feels great. Is it really fun to do, or is it exciting to do, or do you just get used to it, or what? What's it like?
It feels great as long as you keep it short enough.
Yeah.
So.
I can imagine.
Doing it.
Yeah, blood rush into your head for 25 minutes, I think, would probably be pretty scary. especially up in the way up in the air. If you're 100 feet in the air is one thing. If you're in your living room, it's another. But still, a pretty bad situation. Well, that's cool. I thought about. In fact, I remember back in the time I thought about, gee, maybe that would help me when I had back issues when I was running. I was running 12 miles a day, and my back was a wreck. From my last disc was basically shattered, and I thought maybe that might help or something. So anyway, something to think about. Well, listen, thanks, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, 25 minutes, that could be a rather long time, hanging upside down. And it can't be good for you.
Well, it's good for your back for a little bit, but not for your head and everything else, I doubt it.
25 minutes, that'd be bad. Let's see. Kimmer Pete and Flounder. Now, this story just in this afternoon. And once again, by the way, I'm hearing something in the background there, Flounder. I don't know what it is. But Neutrogena has made an announcement this afternoon apologizing to Hayden Panettiere. She died a few days ago, as you know, and the Neutrogena company is apologizing for canceling her contract back in 1915 when she was in the throes of postpartum depression.
1915?
Did I say that? 2015? What did I say? 2015? Did I say 1915? Oh, God, I'm sorry. I don't know what I'm doing here. They canceled her in 2015. She was in the throes of postpartum depression. The official Neutrogena website says we understand that we made her feel unsupported during a very difficult time. This is not what Neutrogena stands for or who we want to be. The company said it is deeply saddened by the hero's actress's death. And for more than a decade, Hayden was a valued member of our Neutrogena community. Neutrogena noting it was proud to have partnered with her. Hayden's courage in sharing her challenges helped inspire important conversations and awareness. We are making a significant investment to a long-standing community health partner to help give more women access to the support they need, including care for postpartum depression. And Neutrogena will sell more details when their plans are in place. So, anyway.
Why didn't they do this when she was alive?
Yeah, exactly.
Why did they wait because if they'd done that when she was alive, she could probably sue them.
Well, I don't know how you could sue for breaking a contract because you think you represent him anymore. But still, I mean, it's a point. She would have made an issue of it. I mean, it certainly could have been a thing, and they didn't want to have it a thing. I'm surprised it wasn't a thing when they canceled her. Now, maybe it wasn't. Right. I don't remember.
She put that book out not too long ago.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. And again, the problem with stories like this is that nobody even wanted to talk about it, let alone handle it and cover it and be part of it, you know? I don't know. It's just the whole thing is just tragic, and it's Hollywood babies again. We should no longer use child actresses. It just isn't worth it.
Apparently, there were reports that she was still struggling with alcohol and things like that because she had booze and like whippets delivered to her house a couple months ago.
And now the federal drug people are involved because her on again boyfriend was there at the house, and apparently he was the one who called 911, and he may have been there with some Narcan or whatever the stuff is. So they're now thinking maybe he's the one who got her high in the first place, and she overdosed because he was with her when she got, who knows. But now the feds are involved with her ex-boyfriend, or former boy, whatever they call him. So I don't know. I mean, again, the whole thing is just freaking bizarre. By the way, another terrible story, thanks to Carmela's side piece, the former border czar, and Mayorkas, the fake border chief, who said, the border's secure. The border's secure. And reporters never asked him, is the border open? Because they would have had to say, well, yeah. And again, they made the point last night when in fact, Jesse Waters was talking about this last night with the border thing, millions and millions of people coming in, and the Biden administration allowed them in just by saying, here's your piece of paper, and now I forgot what they call it, the TP something or other, and this means you have to come back and check in with us in a few months or a few years or whatever. And it got to the point where they were telling people to come back in 6 or 7 years for their hearing on being awarded some kind of temporary status in America. Years in advance. And one illegal immigrant, 19-year-old Alexis Antonio Cedillos Campos, is now charged with murdering his 42-year-old girlfriend, the mother of a 3-year-old. The woman was found stabbed multiple times and drenched in gasoline in the Great Run Falls Park near Washington, D.C. They worked together at a restaurant, at a halal-focused eatery. And this 19-year-old is an illegal immigrant from El Salvador. And the night they found him on surveillance tape, when he left the restaurant the night of the murder, he left with a big fixed blade knife he took from the restaurant. He also took latex gloves and a water bottle. In the water bottle, he siphoned gasoline from a motorcycle, filled it with gas, and then tried to set the woman's body on fire after he stabbed her to death. And maybe didn't even kill her. They said he was trying to set her on fire while she was alive. He was 19 years old. He was arrested by Border Patrol under Biden in April 2024, illegally crossed into Texas. The Biden administration took him into custody and then released him. Biden and Mayorkas hand-delivered the killer Cedeos Campos to the streets of Fairfax County in Virginia, Washington, D.C., recklessly unleashing millions of unvetted illegal aliens into American communities and abused the law to do it. 19-year-old kid who was caught and released and allowed to stay under the Biden plan to get as many illegals in here as you can, and then we'll take care of them when we take control again. It was as simple as that. And remember how these bastards called us conspiracy theorists and racists? You just don't want those little brown people coming into America. Remember that? How they did that? Oh, you vicious.
The number one job of a government is protect your country and protect its citizens. If you can't do that, you don't deserve to exist.
Yeah, it's nice to have highways and healthcare, stuff like that. But if you can't protect your people, you don't have a country.
Yeah, it's an invasion.
That's number one.
They allowed the invasion.
Yeah.
They allowed the invasion.
They wanted it. They planned it, and they did it, and they pulled it off. They got away with it. They're here. They're still here. Most of them are still here. All right, hold on. Holy crap of sports coming up. We got some good stuff here. Camera, Pete, and Flounder. How you doing? Look out. Here we go.
The Morning Extra, Neil Boortz, and The Kimmer Show are all online for you anytime at thepodcastpark.com. Plus all of Extra's exclusive podcasts like Ben Burnett, Janelle King, and so much more. All at thepodcastpark.com. Presented by Associated Credit Union.
There's never been a better time to fall in love with Subaru from Subaru of Gwinnett. Now through August 31st, get award-winning vehicles and exceptional offers from a brand you trust during the Subaru A Lot to Love event. Explore the full lineup of hybrid, electric, gas, and wilderness vehicles, including the trusted 2026 Subaru Forester and the all-new 2026 Subaru Outback. Every Subaru is made with love and built to last, with dependability and value coming standard. It's no surprise why Consumer Reports named Subaru the best overall automotive brand for 2 years in a row, based on reliability, safety, owner satisfaction, and road test evaluations. At Subaru of Gwinnett, there's a lot to discover and a lot to love. Get special low rates on select vehicles from August 1st through August 31st on Satellite Boulevard in Duluth, or start your shopping online at SubaruofGwinnett.com. Consumer Reports does not endorse products or services. Visit Subaru.com/CR to learn more.
You know what you get back when you call the Trusted Toolbox? You get your time back, you get your family back, and you get your house back. No more spending weekends fixing loose doors, drywall cracks, or that list that never ends. With our handyman for a day, one skilled professional shows up, knocks out multiple repairs in one visit. Everything from drywall to ceiling fans changed out, painting, trim work, and so much more. Stop working on your house every weekend. Call the Trusted Toolbox, get your time back, and get it done right the first time. Book your appointment today at thetrustedtoolbox.com.
On BritBox, your next hidden gem is right around the corner.
If you're going to be bold, here is the place to do it.
Get ready for Britain's most anticipated series, streaming exclusively on BritBox. Catch new seasons of favourites, including Ludwig, starring David Mitchell.
You want someone to get murdered?
And the eagerly awaited new adaptation of Agatha Christie's iconic detective duo, Tommy and Tuppence.
Do you think we're actually really good at this?
Stream the best of British TV on BritBox. Watch with a free trial.
All right, Billy Clinton signed a raise of the minimum wage on this day in 1996. The minimum wage became $5.15 an hour. Right now, it's $7.25. My first job was $1.15. Holy crap! It's sports and Pete Davis.
And they got their money's worth.
They sure did, boy.
Braves win, Braves win, Braves win.
There you go.
Grant Hay Holmes took a no-hitter into the seventh inning today on the south side of Chicago as the Bravos get back in the win column. A 2-0 victory over the first-place White Sox, avoiding the sweep. The Braves could have been swept in 2 3-game series in 2 days in a row. That'd have been kind of rare there, but didn't happen.
Excellent.
Holmes went 6 strong innings of one-hit ball with 3 strikeouts and improves to 8-5. It was scoreless until the top of the third when Austin Riley proudly strode to the plate.
3-2 pitch. Riley hits it hard deep down the left field line to the corner, a fair ball. At one hops off the wall, Dubon hits the bag at third. They will send him. Sox hit the cutoff man. Throw to the plate, a dive for the dish. Save! 1-0 Braves.
I love it. I love
it. Best. Ben Ingram on 680 of the Fan. Then in the 7th, it's that man again.
Oh.
First pitch to Austin, and he booms one right up the middle. That just about flattened the mound. That drives in the run. It's 2-0 Braves.
The only bad news, the Bravos left 7 men on base on 8 hits. Didier Fuentes struck out the side in his 1 inning. Dylan Lee struck out 2 in his. Raisel Iglesias picked up save number 26 with 2 strikeouts himself. It was all, they're still not hitting, but at least they got the pitch in tonight. Manager Walt Weiss managed not to get thrown out of this game, unlike yesterday. But Walt was right in arguing with that bad umpire who hates Mauricio Dubon. He's got a basically a history with him. And once again, to me, umpires are like teachers. Most of them are incompetent. That's just my opinion. The Braves lead is back to 5 games over the Phillies. The Chi Sox still in first, 3.5 games ahead of the Twins. Braves now off to visit the best team in baseball right now, the Brewers. What a pitching matchup tomorrow night in Milwaukee. Chris Sale against Jacob Mizorowski. Jacob grew up idolizing Chris. Lefty versus righty, fireballer versus
Mizorowski's the guy that throws 105, 106, right? Isn't that the kid?
So far. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. One good thing in yesterday's loss to the Twinkies, Ozzie Albies got his 12th sack fly of the season, tying the franchise record set by Hank Aaron and Del Crandall, the catcher, back in 1960 in Milwaukee.
Wait a minute. In other words, he hit a fly ball that was caught but allowed the guy to score? Is that what they mean by the sacrifice?
Fly or move.
There's only he's only done 12 of those? That's a record?
That's a record for the Braves, in a season.
Oh, my, I can't believe it. You'd think there were more than 12 times that you would hit a fly ball that a guy would catch and let a guy from third score.
You'd think, but...
Holy moly, I can't imagine that's that 162 games and 12 times is a monster record. That's unbelievable to me.
You're incredulous.
I am incredulous.
All right.
And inconquerable.
It's incredible that you're incredulous.
I am incredibly incredulous.
What's worse, losing a game or having your relationship splattered all over the tabloids?
Who cares about relationship? Oh, sorry.
Braves righty A.J. Smith-Shawver had the first one yesterday, and today his breakup is all over the Daily Mail of London.
Oh, boy.
Model Josie Canseco has sparked rumors that she has moved on from yet another sports star. The 29-year-old Canseco previously dated former college football star Johnny Football Manziel, raised eyebrows when she reportedly scrubbed her social media of her latest beau. She had been dating Smith-Shawver for over a year, and about the same length she had dated Manziel. However, their romance appears to have come to an end. There was no sign of the player on the Victoria's Secret's model's Instagram. She also unfollowed the Braves starter on the app. Smith-Shawver added fuel to the rumors as he also wiped his profile clean of any trace of Canseco. He took them out of the Braves for just the second time this season yesterday after undergoing Tommy John surgery. Yet Canseco did not acknowledge the outing. Josie is the daughter of baseball legend Jose Canseco, and Smith-Shawver began dating last year. She made headlines a couple years ago when a steamy bathtub video of her and her ex-boyfriend Manziel went viral. He was behind her, like pulling on her hair.
Oh, my.
Yeah.
Giddy up, little
Canseco also romantically linked to YouTuber turned boxer Logan Paul and reality TV star Brody Jenner.
Oh, Lord. Please.
AwfulAnnouncing.com, a far-left sports website, issued their annual rating of all 30 MLB teams' TV broadcasters, and the team of Brandon Gaudin, C.J. Nitkowski, Wiley Ballard, Jeff Vancour, and Paul Bird got the same scores last year, a B grade, the 12th highest rated by the fans.
I like that. I like that when Paul Bird's out there, and I like when the guys eating the dinners and stuff. And I think it's entertaining. I think it's good. So I think I'm
a radio guy, but they do a good job.
Me too.
Falcons continue to practice against the Colts up in Indy. Yesterday, Tua Tagovailoa showed why the Dolphins paid him over $100 million to just go away. Another fumbled snap. If a pass goes over 10 yards, everyone gets a cookie. Drake London, another circus catch, but the offense is woeful. But today, In Michael Penix Jr.'s first play in a red zone 7-on-7, he threw a touchdown to Bijan Robinson on a wheel route down the left side. So in case you were wondering why Tua has not been named the starter yet, that's why.
Yeah. Well,
Even
if he's
though
healthy,
he's only doing 7-on-7.
Yeah, I know, but okay. I'm trying.
Talk
you know,
to me.
I want to be.
Does what everybody else does.
I know. I want to be positive, though.
Good for you. Well, it's the Falcons, though.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying.
So you can do that all you want. But
Easy
it
to
doesn't seem
say.
to matter, does it? I've been trying it since 1969.
It's
That's
not
really
right.
got me.
It's 72 for me. So
they play at Indianapolis Saturday night for 2. Former ESPN talent and conservative podcaster Sage Steele says NBA coaches like Doc Rivers and Steve Kerr are hypocrites and are full of shaving cream.
Yeah.
After attacking her political views, and she questions if players under those coaches are afraid to voice conservative views because Kerr or Rivers may cut their playing time.
But Steve Kerr is a freaking idiot. Steve Kerr is a communist.
Okay. Well, he's in Golden State. He's
well,
in San
I mean,
Francisco.
seriously, listen to what things he says. It's just cruel and cold and just, really un-American.
He's backed off a little bit in the last year.
Yeah, well.
But... yeah.
He's out there.
SEC Commissioner Greg Sankey says allowing athletes who have signed pro contracts back into college sports fuels disruption and should not be allowed. According to an affidavit filed in a Louisiana courthouse last week, Sankey asked the judge in the East Baton Rouge Parish Court to uphold NCAA rules that prevent the athletes from returning, saying the decision is essential to the integrity of college sports. He did that with a straight face.
Yeah.
He wrote that allowing pros back into NCAA competition would undermine the fundamental principles of college sports and unfairly harm high school students looking to join a college team, as well as other teams that have followed the existing rules. These are the type of things that cause unrest. A judge granted some athletes a temporary restraining order to compete this fall. The NCAA is likely to appeal that ruling.
Yeah.
Oklahoma State football coach Eric Morris has admitted that he recently shot and killed an animal in his yard in the middle of the night. He shot it with a pistol. For what Jay has in the box, what critter was air-conditioned by Coach Morris?
A possum.
No, not a possum. They're more heavily armed than a possum.
Oh, all right. Not a bear? Could it be a bear?
Possum on a half shell.
Oh, a raccoon.
What has a shell?
Oh, a turtle. He killed a turtle?
No, he did not kill a turtle.
Well, a tortoise, a giant, a shell, that would be a clam, a seafood clam that bake was in the back.
Coach Morris says, I don't sleep well, especially when there's something out there crushing my yard, my flower beds, digging everything up. I had to send a text message to my neighbors. I apologize for the gunshot. I am in the country, so it's legal, but I did get rid of him. For what Carol Merrill has behind door number 3. What animal are we talking about?
Well,
it's armored. It's called the possum on a half shell. When you drive over it,
an armadillo? An armadillo. I'll be damned.
It jumps up. That's right.
Huh.
Both third baseman Anthony Rendon and pitcher Steven Strasburg signed 7-year, $245 million contracts after the Nationals won the World Series back in 2019. I say that for Mike Brooks.
Yeah.
The contracts expire this year. Those two men only played 12% of their games after inking the big deals. They missed a combined 1,799 games out of a possible 2,064. Can you say salary cap, boys and girls?
Wow. And also, you've signed a 7-year contract, you're taking a chance.
Yeah.
So,
it didn't work out with the Angels doing Albert Pujols either. It most of the time doesn't work out. 2 NFL exhibition games tonight. Raiders at the Texans, 49ers at the Chargers. Oh, and I forgot to mention, congrats to Dodgers third baseman Max Muncy. He's now got 400 plate appearances this year, which activated his incentive package.
Oh, cool.
Max will now earn an extra $15,000 American dollars for the next 150 plate appearances every time.
Each time? Wow, good for him.
I think it's each time.
Good, lawyer.
Well, we found out at least one Atlanta team can win in Minnesota. Atlanta United won their 2-1 yesterday.
Oh, I'll be darned.
Yeah, that's right. You remember pitch outs, right?
Oh, absolutely. Pitch outs, you throw it down when the guy's going to second base.
The catcher jumps up and,
throws it to the bag. Yeah.
All right. Here's how baseball has changed. In 2006, 20 years ago, there were 712 pitch outs in Major League Baseball in one season. 10 years later, 2016, there were only 183. Guess how many pitch outs there have been so far this season?
105.
Lower.
92.
Lower.
7.
Lower. No, it's
no,
25.
You know,
25.
Now the reason, well, you know, it used to be the runners would take off more. If you had a count where the runner was going to probably be getting a curveball or something, a guy on first base or whatever, they would.
My theory,
What do you think?
is that the pitchers don't have as good a control anymore because they're throwing as hard as they can for as long as they can, and so far they don't want to give up any more balls than they have to because strikes are hard to get by.
Yeah. Well, now let me ask.
They strike out a lot now.
Let me ask you this too: has there been a way of finding out whether more players are trying to steal, or are there fewer attempts?
Stats.
By must be fewer attempts. I'll bet you by a mile, though. That'd be one reason there's not pitch outs. I don't think they're stealing as much.
Top men working on that stat as we speak, and
I think that'd be pretty interesting.
Next week, we shall have that stat.
I think that'd be pretty interesting to find out.
August 20th on this date, 1920, the American Professional Football Association, or APFA, formed with Jim Thorpe as president.
I got that.
It later became what?
Later became the APCA became the National Football League the following year, 1921.
Sir. That's very good.
I have it right here.
1938, in front of 10,000 people attending a Saturday morning publicity stunt organized by the Come to Cleveland Committee, or
cool.
5 members of the Indians attempt to set a record by catching a baseball thrown from the top of the Terminal Tower.
Yeah.
It's 700 feet tall.
Yeah.
Rookie reserve catcher Henry Helf was 29. No, he caught a ball from the 52-story structure, estimated to be traveling at 138 miles per hour, breaking Gabby Street's 1908 mark for a vertical catch established when the Senators' backstop snagged a ball dropped 555 feet from the top of the Washington Monument.
Wow. Holy. Yeah. I assume they used a catcher's mitt or a first baseman's special mitt or something. I mean, holy.
1965, Eddie Matthews and Hank Aaron, who played together from 1954 to 65, surpassed Babe Ruth and Lou Gehrig by hitting 772 homers while playing together on the same team. 1964, due to a misunderstanding caused by Mickey Mantle misinforming his teammate that their manager Yogi Berra asked for a harmonica to be played louder.
Oh, I remember this story.
Yeah. Led to a confrontation at the back of the team bus between the skipper, who had actually requested that the music stop, and utility player Phil Linz.
Yeah.
Some believe the well-publicized incident fired up the third-place team for a successful pennant run that may also reinforce the perception that Berra had lost control of the club, leading to his dismissal after Game 7 of the World Series that they lost to the Cardinals, ending the Yankees dynasty that began in 1920.
Yeah.
So what happens? They're in the Chicago playing the White Sox. Phil Linz had always played well against the White Sox, but Yogi didn't play him.
Yeah.
So he's not happy. He gets to the back of the bus. He had just purchased a harmonica.
Yeah.
And he starts playing Mary Had a Little Lamb. And Yogi yells from the back, knock that blank off.
Yeah.
Linz, who's playing, didn't hear, and he goes, what did he say? And Mantle turns around and says, he said, play it louder.
Play it louder.
So he starts playing it again. Yogi nuts up and runs to the back and explains how he's going to insert said harmonica up somebody's playing. Well, Phil Linz became a semi-celebrity. A harmonica company gave him harmonicas.
Oh, cool.
Over it. Yeah. 1978, in the visitors' clubhouse at Shea Stadium, Dodger Blue became Black and Blue when Steve Garvey confronts teammate Don Sutton about a Washington Post story in which the pitcher was critical of him. After the right-hander confirms he made the comments, Don was like that. The argument becomes physical when he made an inappropriate remark about the first baseman's wife.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Birthdays, 1931, Don King, boxing promoter, best known for his association with Mike Tyson and his unusual hairstyles, born in Cleveland, Ohio.
And I will tell you that he's 95. Pete doesn't like you give the actual age of him. It's the date he was born. He's 95. The man's 95, Don King.
It's called mathing.
It's mathing.
1941, Rich Brooks, football coach at Oregon, the St. Louis Rams at Kentucky, assistant coach with the Falcons, who filled in for head coach Dan Reeves when Dan had his heart surgery, born in Forest, California. And in 1944, one of my favorite third basemen, Greg Nettles, played from 67 to 88, 6-time All-Star, Gold Glove winner for the Yankees, Padres, Indians, Braves, and two other teams born in San Diego. And we lost Tom Weisskopf on this day 4 years ago.
Oh,
the
no
British
kidding.
Open in 73, pancreatic cancer. They say right now, And throughout America, there is an epidemic of pancreatic cancer. They don't know why it's happening.
Yeah, it's a hard one, too, by the way. That's a hard one.
That's
to
what
have.
she said.
Yeah, seriously. Oh, we have so much more. Pete Davis coming up with Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder here on 106.3. 404-741-1230 if you'd like to join us. And by the way, golly, who wouldn't? Look out.
Stream Atlanta's only conservative voice anywhere you go with the Extra 106.3 app. Now equipped with Apple CarPlay. That means you'll always have Extra's crystal clear HD stream right on your dashboard no matter where you are. Download the all-new Extra 106.3 app now and start streaming.
Sunshine, heat, humidity, a little shower action. Swalwell & Company's ready with wholesale landscaping supplies for you. Builders and contractors put in somebody's backyard or lawn and flowers and stuff. Flowers and trees and shrubs and plants and bushes and, things like sprinkler systems and irrigation systems and stuff to help you build an outdoor fireplace or kitchen by the pool out there or something like that. And again, I'd love to tell this a true story. Paul and Tripp and Devin, the whole gang, the Swalwell & Company, if you need something really special, no one has it, and they know where to have it and where to find it, and they don't have it themselves, I'll tell you where to get it. SwalwellInc.com.
Here today with Evan Ward of Atlas Retirement. And Evan, I know a lot of our listeners, they've heard about the big, beautiful bill, but they might not fully understand all 900 pages of it. So what are some of the most important things folks need to know when it comes to taxes as they approach their retirement?
Oh, Kevin, I imagine the politicians don't know what half of that 900-page document was about. But as it pertains to financial planning, there's some major tax changes. Things like no tax on tips, some big deductions and changes to the way we pay taxes on Social Security. There's also some big changes to the way we're actually allowed to do SALT and other deductions to minimize what we pay from a tax perspective. But your CPA has got to be aware and got to be planning for that. So we've got to get to work on that.
I know it's 900 plus pages, Evan, but ultimately it's probably not what everyone had on their summer reading list. But ultimately, we know tax implications, they can really derail a retirement plan when all's said and done, can't they?
Well, 100%. I mean, think of it this way. If you make $1, but then you got to give half of it or more to Uncle Sam, and trust me, between capital gains taxes, taxes on your Social Security, taxes on your ordinary income and dividend and interest income, you're going to be giving a huge chunk to Uncle Sam unless we do some proper planning. And with that, we can minimize, in some cases, completely eliminate the taxes that you're paying.
A new tax plan can mean new tax strategies. And if you'd like to learn more, give Atlas Retirement a call today and let them put together a complimentary tax map just for you with absolutely no obligation. Give them a call today, 678-736-7799. Again, that's 678-736-7799 or online at atlasretirement.net. Investment advisory products and services made available through Impact Partnership Wealth, LLC, IPW, a registered investment advisor.
Hi, I'm Tom Stratton from Tom and Jerry's Roofing, a 10-year veteran of the U.S. Army. When my best friend Jerry and I opened Tom and Jerry's Roofing, we wanted our company to be an outlet for good. So with every roof we do, a portion goes to various veteran services and charities. Tom and Jerry's Roofing is passionate about giving you the best service and quality work possible, and that work turning into service for our heroes. So if you need a new roof or a repair, call us. We're Tom and Jerry's Roofing, where every roof helps veterans. TomandJerry'sRoofing.com.
Identity theft can cost more than you think. Drained investment accounts, stolen tax returns, lost wages, expenses for lawyers. It's a lot. That's why LifeLock is backed by the $1 Million Protection Package, which covers up to $1 million for stolen funds, fees, and experts and lawyers, and out-of-pocket expenses. Don't face the burden of identity theft alone. Protect your future and finances with LifeLock. Join now. Save up to 30% off your first year with promo code BECK at LifeLock.com. 1-800-LifeLock, promo code BECK, LifeLock.com. Terms to apply.
The Morning Extra, every weekday on your drive to work.
There isn't one state, and there's not one demographic. It doesn't matter if you're black, Hispanic, white, Asian. Every single demographic thinks that the Save America Act is a good thing. Every single state, even the liberal states, thinks the Save America Act is a good thing. So let's not pretend like it's not a very good thing for America and a very popular thing for America. So what they're really fighting on is just like they did with transgenders, just like they did with men competing in women's sports, just like they've done with so many things in education, energy, the unpopular things that, once again, make them the king of the ashes.
Atlanta's only conservative news and talk station is Extra 106.3 FM and the Extra 106.3 app.
There's a new Bob Dylan showing up in 1979. In 1979, this day, Bob Dylan released 19th studio album, Slow Train Coming. It was Dylan's first album after his conversion to Christianity. And the songs either express personal faith or stress the importance of Christian teachings and philosophy. The set included the Grammy Award-winning single, Gotta Serve Somebody. Gotta Serve Somebody, right there. But this album in 1979 alienated a lot of Bob Dylan fans because this was not exactly what they were used to. Anyway, you have to serve somebody. Wow, the preacher. 537, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. How's it going? 404-741-1230, 741-1230. Birthdays include Amy Adams. Amy Adams is that hot little redhead, 52. Anna Bowden in Apple TV's version of Cape Fear. Lois Lane in 3 Superman movies. Giselle in Enchanted. Amelia Earhart in Night at the Museum Battle of the Smithsonian. She was also in Julie and Julia, or vice versa, whichever it is, with Julia Child movie. And I remember a great movie called American Hustle. And she played a great role in that, too. Amy Adams is 52 years old today. I remember when she was a guest spot in The Office. And Michael let her in to sell her handbags in The Office when he was, anyway, Amy Adams, 52 years old. Let's see. On this sports thing here, Pete Davis, a couple of them actually. 1974, Nolan Ryan of the California Angels became the first major league pitcher to have a fastball clocked at over 100 miles an hour. And nowadays, in fact, is it tomorrow night? You're going to have that Wisniewski. What's his name? That guy from Milwaukee? Mizorowski. He throws at 105, 106. Unbelievable. So that might be kind of fun to watch. Also, one other quick thing here, Pete Davis. On this day in 1945, it was 11 days after the atomic bomb of Nagasaki, Japan. A Brooklyn Dodgers utility player named Tommy Brown hits a home run, the team's only run, losing 11-1 to the Pittsburgh Pirates. Brown remains the youngest player to hit a home run in a Major League Baseball game, a feat unlikely to be duplicated because heroes like Ted Williams and Yogi Berra were serving in World War II. This was just after the bomb had fallen, and so teams were 11 days after the atomic bomb. So teams were struggling to get players, and Mr. Brown is the youngest player ever to homer in a Major League Baseball game. He was 17. So it's not likely, there'd be a 16-year-old playing in the pros. And this is the time when Joe Nuxall, as a 15-year-old, was pitching 2/3 of an inning for the Cincinnati Reds in the summer of 1944. And I forgot his famous phrase, Pete. He says, I'm playing in Little League a couple of years ago, and today I'm pitching to Stan Musial or something with Joe Nuxall when he was 15 years old. Anyway, youngest kid to hit at home. All right, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, how's it going? 404-741-1230, 741-1230. I thought of something. By the way, Flounder, how was that cookie? I made today. It
was delicious.
It was. I made a combination of sugar cookie and the white chocolate nut macadamia, whatever they call it, white chocolate macadamia and sugar cookie combination.
It was delicious.
I like them less. I like my sugar cookie and chocolate chip combination. Pete, I think I gave you a chocolate chip. Well, you didn't like it?
No, I like it. It's just that sugar cookies are basically it's extra calories with less taste.
Oh, I think added together with those things makes, well, again, it's personal opinion. I'm going to probably start making my chocolate chip now with a chunk of sugar cookie in there. I really love the way that comes out. And the other thing I discovered about myself, I listen to the morning show, and they every day, I realized this today, they do podcasts. They listen to podcasts. They talk about podcasts all the time. Everybody does, except me. I just realized I've never tuned in to a podcast.
You've done them.
I've been in them with you guys, but I've never said, gee, I wonder what Joe Rogan. I've never tuned in. I don't even know how to do it. I don't know how you look for how do you Google it? Find me a podcast or
you
Google.
Go into the Facebook reels and they pop up all the time.
Well, the reels pop up on my phone every time I open my Facebook page, and it never says here's a podcast.
Because you don't do podcasts, so they don't send you any.
But I've never looked for one. I've never even looked for one. And most of our society now is doing that rather than searching for TV shows on the cable. I think. I don't know. Anyway, I just realized to myself I've never looked up a podcast, and I think I'm going to start making meatloafs again. just popped into my mind a moment ago. Anyway, here we go. Kimber, Pete, and Flounder. We have another Flounder's Funny coming up here for you. A privileged socialist leader whose parents set him up in $1 million Brooklyn dig. The top socialist leader in New York, top for the entire Democrat Socialist Party, went to Yale. Gustavo Gordillo, 38 years old, was fired from his apprenticeship program for being an electrician. He never made it as a fully credentialed electrician. The union confirmed. He was lazy. He didn't have a strong work record to begin with. He just showed up once in a while for show. And he was stealing a slot from somebody who really needed to work as an electrician, so they fired him. But this guy, Gordillo, failed to mention that he got fired when he made an emotional plea to the Democrat Socialists of America rank and file for full-time pay and benefits, and he got it. They said, oh, well, you can't. He said, well, the problem is it's hard for me to do media interviews. I'm an earpiece for construction sites, telling the crowd it's distracting. People are trying to talk to him all the time. So it's really, guys need to just pay me so I don't have to keep doing that stupid job thing. So they're paying him $100,000 with benefits. So he doesn't have to have a job. He couldn't face real life. He faked it. He lied. He was lazy. He was a loser. And now his parents are paying for his house. And he's gotten free money for not doing anything. And by the way, he never graduated from Yale. He went there for a while. He pretended he also went a couple other places. I mean, this is unbelievable, this guy. One source of socialists in America say the nonprofit group decided to pay its co-chairs a cushy salary to spread their socialist gospel. And by the way, they're also renovating his house, redoing the interior, front facade, adding 2 decks to the roof. And by the way, this is socialist in New York who couldn't handle a job. He lied and everything about it, so they set him up anyway. And one of his neighbors said he was a Florida transplant, and the neighbor said, Gustavo, oh, he's a really nice guy. He's quiet. He gave us all free stuff. And that's how the Socialist Party is expanding among especially young people, especially girls. We're going to give you free stuff. Okay, I could use that. Can't afford a house now.
Yeah. Good luck bringing that here.
Yeah. And a quick update here. I don't have a problem with this. It turns out there were 5 reporters at the Vandenberg Space Force Base in California who were invited to cover a military groundbreaking event as a new training facility, start of construction, the Golden Shovel ceremony for a missile operating construction site. The 5 reporters showed up. They were with a news channel, TV channel, some writers, and so forth, invited to attend the event at the front gate, joining the usual media caravan, so they started following a military escort onto the base. It wasn't long before security officers suddenly stopped the convoy, told them to raise their hands, ordered the reporters out of their vehicles at gunpoint. Sirens blaring, barriers slammed into place at the gate, guns out of the holsters, and hands up, you reporters. 2 military members, an enlisted man and a junior officer, were handcuffed and hauled away in base vehicles. The civilian reporters were told to sit over there on that curb. 30 minutes later, they missed the event they were invited to cover, the groundbreaking for a new thing at the Space Force base. Well, it turns out the base personnel said, gee, we're sorry. We've had some unauthorized entry movement problems captured before this happened. Every unauthorized presence must be treated as a legitimate threat until proven otherwise. We recognize this may have been unsettling. The security of the base and its personnel is our priority. And since they didn't know that these guys were coming, the security people didn't know anything about it, and all of a sudden these guys start driving through the gate. So, guns out, hands up. I do not have a problem with that. Nobody got shot. And, and they were taking care of the, it's...
It's Vandenberg Air Force Base.
Yeah. And by the way, when's the last time we even said the word Space Force? Isn't it not? It's real. It's really, we never talk about it. There's no news, never any news about it. No one knows what they do. It's really secret. Anyway, all right, hold everything. We have now Flounders Funny coming up. We got some tweet stuff. We got stuff hanging around here and all the latest on politics. And Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. Right until 6.
Every vote should count once and count right. Because trust in the process isn't optional, it's the law. And Extra 106.3 is proud to be Atlanta's conservative voice, bringing you the newsmakers and lawmakers that matter when it matters most. Listen live or stream us anywhere on the Extra 106.3 app.
America! Chuck, yeah! Chuck and Shack Oyster Bar is celebrating the red, white, and blues all summer long with our America 250 summer menu. We're talking Cyclone char-grilled oysters, Route 66 smash burgers, crab meat boardwalk fries, and USA-inspired cocktails. Raise a glass and cheers to 250 years of the US of A at Chuck and Shack Oyster Bar. Locally owned in downtown Alpharetta and Cumming, across from the Collection. Find your location and details at theshuckandshack.com.
Hey Atlanta, it's Drake Baldwin here. When I won Rookie of the Year, I thought of everyone who helped me along the way. My friends, my family, and hot showers. That's why when something goes wrong, I call Superior Plumbing. Still locally owned, Superior has been serving Atlanta for over 40 years as the go-to plumber for leak repairs, toilet replacement, and water heater installation. They don't call them the honest one for no reason. Superior's team is my MVP. Remember, there's no job too small.
Your yard, it stresses you out between the watering, the seeding, the weeding, and mowing. And no matter what you do, you're never satisfied. Have you thought about artificial turf? It's low maintenance, pet friendly, and looks amazing all year round. ATL Turf Co. is Atlanta's top choice for artificial grass installation. Let them build you a custom golf or putting green, outdoor kitchen, or pool deck. They even specialize in custom concrete and stonework. Schedule your free in-home consultation today at atlturfco.com. That's atlturfco.com.
Hey, it's Front Office Lowe's for Howard Brothers and Toro. Mowing your lawn shouldn't feel like a chore. It should be fun. And Toro lets you rediscover the joy of mowing. With a Toro mower, you're not just cutting grass. You're turning your yard into a place you're proud of. And with these powerful precision mowers on your side, the work will be done before you know it. You can find your new Toro at Howard Brothers. They have all the gear to get the work done and all the fun to go with it. The grass is always greener when you take care of it with Toro and Howard Brothers.
This is Tom, the honest car guy, and we got a surprise call in from a customer of ours, Travis, out in Jefferson, Georgia. Travis, good to hear from you, buddy. You want to tell a little bit about the experience you had with me at the honest car guy?
The whole experience, honestly, was one of the smoothest car experiences that we've ever gone through, meaning that there's no pressure. There's no runaround. It's just straight up honest service. The price that you guys present or find for you, that's what you are going to pay. And you just get a great deal. I've been educated to a newer process of the car dealership game. You guys have not come in and you're setting the benchmark for how car dealing and car buying and car selling really should be.
Friends, if you're in the market for a pre-owned car, truck, or SUV, get an honest car buy from the honest car guy. You pay what we pay, plus an honest fee, and we back that up by giving you the bill of sale. That's our transparency guarantee. Call 844-SHOW-ME-1. That's 844-SHOW-ME, the number 1, or visit honestcarguy.com.
I'm Scott Nelson, and listen, Atlanta weather does not mess around. The heat, the humidity, the storms, your home's exterior takes a beating every single year. That's why Nelson Exteriors handles everything your home needs. Roofing, siding, windows, gutters, decks, and painting. Whatever Atlanta throws at your house, we've got you covered, literally. Be your home's hero. Search Nelson Exteriors today. Let's get your home ready for whatever comes next.
In the U.S., there is a break-in every 26 seconds. But when intruders step near, Simply Safe Home Security steps up. Using the Outdoor Camera Series 2 and the advanced AI alerts, Simply Safe's U.S.-based live agents identify your threats on the property and help deter them, stopping the crime before it starts. Because when it comes to your family's safety, the best break-in protection is prevention. Simply Safe. They'll earn your business by keeping you safe and satisfied every day, and that's why they never lock you into a long-term contract or any kind of cancellation fee. And it's why monitoring and deterrence plans start affordably at about $1 a day. It's no wonder that Simply Safe has been named the best home security system by the U.S. News and World Report for 6 years running, and America's best customer service in home security by Newsweek. Join the more than 6 million people who trust Simply Safe to protect their homes and families today. Right now, you can save 50% off your new Simply Safe system at simplysafe.com/Beck. That's half off at simplysafe.com/Beck. There is no safe like Simply Safe.
Oh, my. Here's the Squeaky Beatles, 1969. In 1969, the Beatles finished I Want You, She's So Heavy, and the Beatles then worked on the running order for the Abbey Road album. A preliminary master tape was compiled. The medley was originally slated for side 1 of the album, and the placement of Octopus's Garden and Oh Darling were reversed from the final version. The album was to end with the slashed guitar chord that finishes I Want You, She's So Heavy. It was the last time all 4 Beatles were together at Abbey Road on this day in 1969. Cameron, Pete, and Flounder. Birthday list include Joan Allen. Joan Allen, the actress, 70 years old, played CIA Deputy Director Pamela Landy, Born Supremacy and Born Ultimatum. Also the wholesome mom who turned from black and white into naughty color in Pleasantville. But I remember her. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Oh my God! I can't believe. Hold on. I got to dig this out of the trash. I already threw away my damn list of what other Joan Allen did also. Here we go. I'm taking it out of the garbage. Joan Allen was also in a movie called The Contender. And I think she won an award for playing Richard Nixon's wife, Pat Nixon, in the movie Nixon. But the movie The Contender was really well done. If you hadn't seen it and you have a chance to, I would recommend it. Joan Allen, who is 70 years old today. Al Roker, 72. Robert Plant of Led Zeppelin, 78. And Fred Durst of Limp Bizkit, 56 years old today, just for the record. Cameron, Pete, and Flounder, how's it going? Running out of time. 404-741-1230, 741-1230. The FBI surprised Eric Swalwell, California Airport in San Francisco. They stopped him and they said, we want your stuff. They took away his phone and electronic devices and all kind of stuff. There's a federal probe over him being a supposed rapist and sexual abuser. Also, now I heard this on the news. It's not here in writing of having the way I've covered it here off the wire press, but I heard on the news earlier that agents. They also raided his home in Washington D.C. and seized evidence. But the story that I heard on the radio was that he was not home at the time. And it didn't say his wife's living apart from him, so she wasn't there. She's taken off her ring since she found out that he's a scumbag, potential rapist and abuser and liar and scumbag. So I wonder whether they broke down the door. Because if he wasn't home and she's not there anymore, it doesn't say, but I'm kind of curious. But they got his stuff. They took computers and all this electronic stuff because staffers complained that he raped one girl a couple of times. She was too drunk to say no. And so others accused him of being sexually assaulting her for years, sending pictures of his farkalooks and stuff like that. So it just, Swalwell, freaking slime bag. So now these are federal. If there's no statute of limitations, he's being investigated for rape. Wow. Well, we'll see.
Well, in California, someone can show up 10 years later and say, he raped me, and you go to prison, like Danny Masterson.
Yeah, that's right. So, I mean, and again, I don't know how you... That's got to be one of the hardest possible things to come to justice, I mean, not only because of the specific circumstances of who was willing to do what and at what point and whether there was, drugs involved or alcohol or whatever. I don't know. I mean, that's got to be brutal for everybody. I mean, whether you're... Well, remember the North Carolina lacrosse players case of the rapes at that party with it. I mean, it's just
Duke.
Man, Duke, yeah.
Yeah.
And it was all. They were all innocent. There was no. One guy helped him into the car to get away.
A white liberal district attorney took the word of a black whore.
Yep, that's right. Hookers were hired to entertain, and they did stripping and stuff like that. But nobody was raped. Nobody was abused. In fact, one of the guys helped the girls to the car, to golf and stuff. But this, and later the white DA got fired and sued. And I think he might have did he go to prison? I think he was actually arrested for. Well, that may not be true, but I know he was definitely, he lost his job and he was definitely in trouble. But I can't remember whether he might have been arrested for what he did. Faking evidence or something.
Politics.
Yeah. Just freaking brutal. Absolutely brutal. Hey, hold on a minute. Flounder, we got a special Flounder's Fun here to wrap it up the old thing with Thursday thing with the thing.
She's a good girl, man. I knew I had to hang on to her. She's had to put up with a lot of different things. Like, I'm the first guy with hearing aids she's ever been with. I think. I've never asked. But, I'd be jealous if I found out I wasn't. I'd be like, was this son of a deafer than me? You tell me about it now. Now, she's got it good, too. There's some good things, I take my hearing aids out when we go to sleep. She can fart all night long, no problem. Gets a little out of hand sometimes. I'm like, I can still smell, right? Pillow talk's a lot different, because I take them out when we go to sleep, and I'm deaf as now, and that's a medical term. But so when I take them out at the end of the day, pillow talk is a lot different. There's no casual transition from talking into sleeping. When I take my hearing aids out, talking time is over. Sleeping time has begun. We even have a little ritual we do now where before I take them out, I'll make a last call. I'm like, hey, baby, you got any final thoughts on the day? Or any closing remarks? So I'm about to shut this down. It's not all fun and games. She said something to me recently that kind of shook me a little bit. I'd never even thought of it. She said, when we go to sleep at night, when you take your hearing aids out, I feel alone. I feel very alone. I was like, whoa, alone? Baby, no, you're not alone. Don't ever forget that. I'm right there beside you. And if anything happens in the middle of the night, anything at all, I need you to save me. You're not alone. Don't ever forget that. I need you so bad. In fact, I'm going to need you to start sleeping with your contacts in, please. You're very vulnerable right now. I take out my hearing aids, you take out your contacts. As a unit, we've gone full Helen Keller.
I love it.
Mr. DJ Dermez, he goes by.
Outstanding. Well done. Outstanding. Don't forget, next week Wednesday, we'll be at the Shuckin' Shack in Cumming on Peachtree Parkway in Cumming to do the show next Wednesday, 3 to 6. Give her Pete and Flounder, and it'll be fun. At least that's what we're saying right now, because I know they love having us up there, and we'll be with you for the whole afternoon. Anyway, boys, tomorrow, Let It Rip Friday. Anything goes. Christine, sing me home, baby. I gotta go. You're killing me. Look out, Herb.
Streaming across Georgia on the Extra 106.3 app. This is WFOM and W292 EV Marietta, a Dickey Broadcasting Station. Extra.